Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday,
Come on.
Let's go. Let's start this show. King Roman news. Coming just for you. King Roman news. Coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman news.
What? Let's start this show. Let's go. Let's start this show. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here today. Oh shit. Can you all let me move the damn banner? Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all. Happy Saturday to you all. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry I'm like 10 minutes late. Of course, every time I get up, my dog wants to busy his ass around. So I gave him something to do while I get this done, and I'm gonna take him for a walk. But thank you all for being here. Happy Saturday. Is this our first Saturday? This is our second Saturday. I hope you all are well. Sorry I wasn't live yesterday, but I just could not push it to the limit. I had to tell myself, nah, chill on out, because I was definitely needing a Merkel pill, if you get my drift. So, but I'm here, and I got a lot of things to cover, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things that have been talked about in the streets. Like, I don't feel like I want to add additional coverage to it, but let's just talk about the final results of it. And then we got a lot of things to get through. We have some first five, we got some local news, and we got some hot topics. Everything is in the description box. So thank you for being here. And I wanted to tell you, I got a milestone from YouTube. They sent me an email, and it said that we've reached 250,000 views over here on the channel. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, this has been a ride, a roller coaster, a journey. And I have enjoyed every part of it, the ups, the downs, the ups coming and the downs that are coming, the new subscribers, and all of you all, the members who continuously support this channel. I appreciate all of that. So thank you all. We did something. And so we got like 100 more subscribers to go to reach our goal for this year. And then I've already been talking to folks, and they're like, yeah, your goal next year need to be X, Y, and Z. You need to do X, Y, and Z. So definitely already thinking about future plans for the channel, but I want to say thank you for that milestone. I really do appreciate it. That is dope. Good morning, Ambrosia. Good morning, Naries. Good morning to you. And hey, AJ. Good morning. Thank you, Molly. Maybach. I appreciate it. Yes, it has definitely been a journey. Now, before I begin, I wanted to tell you all, over the next couple of Thursdays, I will be doing Throwback Thursday for 9 consecutive Thursdays, because I will be re-streaming and I'll be live with it, but I'll be re-streaming the Run It Back shows. And I've reformatted them. I've been editing them. I reformatted them. So it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be sitting there now. I'm going to be doing it more documentary style. So I'll be talking to you about what I thought was going on, what happened. Because what I realized watching this weekend and things that have been happening, we have already talked about all of this shit, the plays, how it's going down. And I said, you know what? Let me just refire the engine and let me get that going. So next each Thursday. Now I haven't selected a time frame because I don't know if I want. I think I want a low key vibe. So I'm gonna do that. Join me, glass of wine. I've worked on the first 2 episodes to get them to a point where we can do them, re-airing them. And I watched the streets and I'm like, girl, okay, let me show you how this is done. So I'm gonna do that. Join me, especially for those who are new and haven't seen some of the Run It Back programming. So when that comes back in the fall, you'll be a little bit used to it in the way I've done it. Definitely excited for the new people that have agreed to do it. Still need some more folks, so be looking forward to that. So that'll be on Thursdays. It'll be called Throwback Thursdays. Run It Back one more again. And the first one, of course, is going to be with Spill It Boy TV. And that'll be a very, very interesting episode to go through. So join me on that. I still have, the interviews. I need to sit my ass down and get my dates together and shit like that. So we got a couple of things. Shout out. Let me just say this one last thing before we get into this show. Shout the entire fuck out to the plainest Jane. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Let me tell you how I sat myself over there the other day, Wednesday night, and I watched her entire show from beginning to end. And I dropped down. I enjoyed her programming. I enjoy her format. I enjoy her candor. I enjoy her transitions. I was just in awe. You should have saw me sitting there looking like, because I love how people switch from topic to topic and do it in such a way that is just like programmed. It's just like she had it all together. And I sent her a message like, yo, you got me over here like I need to redo my whole shebang bang. I mean, it was wonderful the way she engages her members, her subscribers. So shout out to you. You definitely had me like, yo, I need to step it up. So go check out the plainest Jane. Good morning, Nate. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. All right, y'all, let's get into some things. There is so much stuff that has been going on. So the first thing we're going to get into these local news stories. So first, a local news story I want to talk about is I actually want to break into some good news for a chance. So this first local news story is this Mississippi teen. So the city is honoring this Mississippi teen who helped save police and an officer from a drowning river. Now, check this out. It was these girls, they were driving. I guess they were in a river. They had drowned. They were drowning, and he jumped in behind them. Then the police officer comes in to help him. The police officer starts drowning, and so he swims over to get the police officer. He ended up saving everybody. So I want to give this young man his fair share, his fair shine. We oftentimes talk about how people are doing negative things, and sometimes we're not shedding light on some of the positive stories. So I definitely wanted to shout him out. Kudos, young man.
A 16-year-old is being hailed a hero after he jumped into a river in Mississippi, saving several people, including a police officer. It happened early Sunday morning after 3 teenage girls drove off a boat ramp and their vehicle began to sink. The officer found himself struggling in the water after he jumped in to help them. Amber Spradley has more on the heroic rescue in tonight's Positive Story.
A holiday weekend hangout under the I-10 bridge quickly turned to terror when 3 teenage girls drove right into the Pascagoula River.
They drove straight under the water, like only a little bit of the car was still above the water.
16-year-old Corian Evans from Pascagoula tossed his shoes, shirt, phone, and jumped in.
I was just like, I can't let none of these folks die. They need to get out the water. So I just started getting them. I wasn't even thinking about nothing else.
Evans, a Pascagoula High student, says he's been swimming since he was about 3. He was at the right place at the right time with the right skills.
I started helping both of them, trying to stay above from the back. Like I was behind them, trying to keep them above water and swim with them at the same time.
I'm glad nothing happened to him. while he was trying to save other people's lives. I was really proud of Corian because he wasn't just thinking about himself. He was trying to really get all those people out the water.
Marquita Evans now praising her son for helping rescue the 3 girls, along with Moss Point police officer Gary Mercer.
I turn around, I see the police officer, he drowning. He going underwater drowning, saying help. So I went over there. I grabbed the police officer and I'm like swimming him back until I feel myself I could walk.
Chief Brandon Ashley releasing this statement to WLOX, saying in part, quote, "We commend Evans's bravery. If he had not assisted, it could have turned tragic."
They was out there throwing up because a lot of water had got inside all of them.
One victim, Cora Watson, posting on social media, "He saved my life right before my last breath."
25 yards out. So it was a lot of swimming. My legs were so tired after. Anything could have been in that water though, but I wasn't thinking about it.
How sweet of him to do. So shout out to Corian Evans in Mississippi. They honored him. The mayor honored him. They gave him a ceremony and an award, and so he didn't even care about his own self to jump in the river. I think that was a great thing. It was incredible. Not a lot of media picked the story up. Now they pick up a lot of stories about our black teens, and specifically the issues and troubles they get into. But I definitely wanted to highlight this, especially coming out of Mississippi. We don't really hear a lot of great stories out of Mississippi involving teens. The next thing I wanted to get into was, and let me shout out and say good morning to I like the plainest Jane yet. I had a great experience over there. I really did. I'm like, whoa. I mean, commercials, own commercials. She had smooth transition. She got something called sticky notes. She gives her subscribers like little assignments. You come back. It was almost like call and command. It's so engaging. I just was like, wow. It was like, that's what the next level looks like. Okay. Clear vision. Okay, so that was dope. I mean, I've already have tried to reach out to, not tried, but I've reached out to some graphic designers, some visual graphic designers to elevate, enhance some of the visual elements I have here so that it'll make the format more, appealing. I mean, she had visual elements going on as she's commentating, and that's always appealing. You're looking at something. You're not just staring at me on the screen. So I walked away with that, and I definitely gave her kudos. I sent her a message like, listen, I don't know what you was trying to do over here, but you did it, so shout out to her. I love the plainest Jane. She comes on late night. That's when I caught her. It was like 1 a.m. and I'm up looking like, this is so engaging. I mean, I think it was dope. Congratulations. I missed why, but it doesn't matter. Oh, thank you. No, we reached 250,000 views on the channel. And in September, it will be a year of us doing lives. It'll be a year and a half of me just having the channel, because before I was just doing nothing but uploads, and then gradually moved into the whole live thing. So yeah, thank you, and thank you for always holding it down. I appreciate it. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning. Hey, Sassy, the voice. Okay, you are the voice. Okay, I've been watching everything lately. I'm like, look at Sassy up there, the voice. Go on and call Sassy up. Sassy is definitely somebody who will offer a good critical analysis on both sides. I will say that on both sides. So shout out to you. That young man is amazing. That's a miracle. It is. Reward him. Well, now I was looking for a monetary reward, a certificate. That's cute. But a bitch can use a dollar or something. But dang, girl, I'm drinking my coffee saying right myself. I may want to switch to iced coffee. Oh, I can't wait to walk and go get me some. It's been like 90 fucking degrees here, y'all. It's been hot, sick hot. I can't even walk Eli without him. Bring your ass on. Come on. All right, so that was Corian Evans. Shout out to this young man again. Definitely a great thing to do. Now let's move into this next thing. You know how I feel about Biden, and I just wanted to make sure we wrap this whole experience up. So you know about Roe versus Wade being reversed at the Supreme Court level. So Biden comes out with his own executive order. Now, before I read to you the executive order, because we're going to go right through this, because for me, it's weak. It's too late. I think that an executive order should have been issued prior to preempt anything that would have come down the line, but he didn't. And so now we have this watered down, washed ass executive order. And in my opinion, it's misdirected. This kind of of executive orders should be on things like racial profiling in police and police jurisdictions and stations across America. It should be for folks who are traveling across state to get abortion. That's what this should be for. What he put on the table, it just did not do anything to me. So here's what Biden's executive order does. So his executive order will include measures to protect access to medication, abortion, and contraception, as well as here's what got me the most, assembling a group of private pro bono lawyers to encourage robust legal representation of patients, providers, and third parties lawfully seeking or offering reproductive healthcare services throughout the country. And so in a nutshell, this is basically what it is. We'll provide you and we'll pay for legal, like a union almost. Like, okay, you're doing something within the jurisdiction and you have an issue with the state. We'll come in and we'll help provide you with legal aid and legal representation. Now tell me, why can't you assign an executive order for that for people who face racial profiling at the police level? Like George Floyd cases and stuff like that, which we'll get into because we got something coming up with that. Why would we then start paying? I feel like it's misdirected. I feel like it's weak as hell. I feel like, if you're not going to put an executive order on the table that really strikes change, then you should have held this shit. This to me is like he's just fishing for things because he knows there's a midterm elections and he'll need to be able to throw his weight around people who are campaigning. And right now he has no weight. It's better off you campaign without Biden than you campaign with Biden endorsing you, because essentially he's done really nothing nationally that makes us say, whoa, shit, yo, he did that. I mean, you got more foreign inventories of Enfamil for babies. Okay, great, wonderful. Great, because we needed that. Great. You did nothing for my student loans yet. So it could be a selfish thing of me, but I'm also looking at in totality the shit that he has done, and it is just really, really whack. Of course. Exactly. So Biden didn't want to make this. Come on, Aries. Come on. You did the same thing I did. I looked at this and said, so Biden, why didn't you do an executive order then? Why now an executive order after the fact? Who the fuck? Now it's like, okay, they don't shut it down now, but I'll protect y'all if y'all go to court. Get the fuck out of here now. Thank you. Some of them already have lawyers on the team. You mean you're going to reimburse them? Because some of them are in court now. They're going to court now. It's one place in Ohio. They're actually moving to New Mexico. Like they're moving their whole entire business to a whole nother state. Are you going to pay for their relocation costs? Or are you talking about legal representation? Some of them have already been forced by law in their states to be out of service. What legal representation are you going to do there? What are you talking about? And so that's how I feel about this whole, it is weak. And he should have set up clinics on federal pop. Is very, very weak. And we'll watch how he'll try to watch how he does these executive orders after some Supreme Court. And now I'm afraid when I look at like the contraception and what they want to do with that, legal marriages, and I'm thinking like, so what does he think in his mind? Should I be proactively doing something or should I just wait? It's enough to be scared of Russia taking over the world, but to be scared of your own in your own country, it's terrifying. And he never shows. I said this from the beginning. I said, Biden, stop coming out here with these weak ass speeches. You look afraid. You look terrified. I want you to come out here. Somebody need to put a battery in your back or say something before you come out, because you appear like you don't know what it is you want to do. You just swaying. You swaying. Same thing I felt about Kamala coming out here with the whole gun thing. It's like, baby, that's like, I want you on that other stuff. Now Pete Buttigieg out here touting this $1 billion plan to make transportation in smaller cities equitable. And I'm like, why is his face over that? I know he's the Secretary of Transportation, but she needs to be equally bridging that gap as well, because it affects minorities, your demographic. It affects immigrants as well, people who will be working on that. But you want to be over here on gun violence because what? It's affecting black babies in any given situation. I don't like it. So that's how I feel about this administration. So great, he did something, but yeah, you could do more. You could do a lot more. How about you go after the organizations who are supporting the pro how about you make it equitable? If they can't, abortion clinics can't do this, then what are we doing in pro-life level? They can't be advocating for people to have babies. You got it. Then people who be in front of the Planned Parenthood, you need to make it illegal for them to be fucking out there. Because every time I walk my dog, be trying to pass me an envelope. I had to tell the man, I'm that same dude with the same dog you talk about. And I tell you every time, don't pass me a pamphlet. And you do it every single time. And in my mind, as much as they're standing there, they're doing harm too. So why aren't we doing something about that, Biden? You talking about everything else, go after what helps them be as combative as they can within your legal ramifications. Why we gotta have legal, why you protecting us legally? Make them niggas need legal protection. What can you do? Every time they step to a clinic or Planned Parenthood, they pass out a pamphlet or something, you need to call that. We need to figure out something about that shit. That's what we need to do. So that's how I feel about this whole executive order on reproductive health services under Biden. Now, let's get into something else. So Derek Chauvin, the verdict has been issued. He has now been facing 21 years on the federal level for violating George Floyd's civil rights. Now, just to give you a little bit more insight into this, he's already at the state level facing 25 years at the state level. And so now on the federal level, 21 years of prison Thursday after previously pleading guilty to willfully depriving. And so shortly after this, right, I said, okay, I see, there's nothing really major here, but we do see that, there's being some vindication provided to the people. Well, then guess what happens in Arizona? Arizona decides to make a bill that make it illegal to record police officers within 8 feet. Okay. So you know how George Floyd came about. It was a lot of camera footage recording police officers in this moment. You see, that's really what sparked national outrage. And here on our local news show, that's what we see. We watch body cam footage of everything. Police officers, from bystanders, we watch it all, from school fights to everything. That's how we really see what's going on. Well, in Arizona, they're like, no, we had enough of that shit. So before I play this clip to you, let me explain to you exactly what they say they're cutting out. And my mouth just fucking dropped. I said, oh, they're coming after us hard body, because that's the first thing I tell you on the show. I always say, make sure you record. Your phone, your device is your best weapon. Make sure you record. Well, here's what they're saying. So Governor Doug Ducey signed HB 2319 into law on Wednesday, making it illegal for anyone to knowingly film a cop within 8 feet under certain circumstances. So this legislation prohibits people from recording officers. Now listen to this, who are performing these specific activities, such as questioning a suspicious person, conducting an arrest, issuing a summons, or enforcing the law, or handling an emotionally disturbed or disorderly person who is exhibiting abnormal behavior. Now, if you violate this, the first time you'll be given a verbal warning. Then you'll be hit with a misdemeanor if you refuse to comply with officers' orders. Exceptions include those who are filming on private property, who have permission to occupy, passengers in a vehicle that has been stopped, and a person who is the subject of police activity, as long as they're not being handcuffed, searched, or taken a sobriety test. And their justification for this is that it will prevent violence and misunderstanding, as well as protect officers from harm. So this is to go into law in September. Now, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you see? And this becomes a prime example for other states to follow. It's right here in the pudding, right there in the pudding. So now, not only is it illegal, they're trying to, not only are they trying to give you a warning, but they're trying to make it so that you have a criminal record simply because you took your phone out to record them. Now, I see all kind of legal uphill battles with this, because you can't tell me that I can't record. I could have been recording the tree behind you and you just happen to be in the way. So it's going to be a lot of legal ramifications around this bill. Now, I'm interested in to see how a person who is in a car being arrested, how it's okay for him or them to pull out their phone in that moment when they're already being detained. Like some of that shit, I'm sitting here looking like, so you're saying that it's okay for a person who's being questioned by a police officer to pull out their phone right in front of their face, because then that becomes you're becoming a threat to the police officer. You're heightening the issue. This becomes the next level of them arresting me instead of a bystander doing it. You want me to do it so I can incite something? Like, do you see how this works? What the fuck what is going on? Any dumb person will look at this and say, I see. So now you have to literally measure 8 feet back. So Florida, we got the noise. You can't blast music within 2 cars. Now in Arizona, you can't pull out your phone and record within 8 feet of a police officer. Y'all better watch what's going on here. Watch what's going on here. And I don't get it twisted. These states are going to start swapping laws across the fucking seas. Crazy as hell. It is weak. Dens have gotten progressively worse in being reactionary versus defensive. Yes, they have. I so agree, Sassy. Joe needs to take syndrome. Evans from men. He looks like God is about to call him. Stop. Hold on. I gotta share this Arizona bill with you all, because this shit right here had me tripping. I'm sitting here looking like, are we still gonna do this?
Governor Ducey signing a bill today that makes it illegal to record law enforcement within a fee. The law makes it a misdemeanor if someone keeps recording after getting a verbal warning to stop. There are some exceptions, including if the person recording is the one being questioned by police. That's okay.
How is that okay?
Supporters say it's meant to protect law enforcement from harm or distraction and not heighten situations that are unfolding out in the field. Critics say it's unconstitutional and does nothing to enhance transparency.
Now, I don't know who may live in Arizona or anything like that, but I'm curious to see if there's been any backlash locally. Have people, risen up to the charge? Because I think I can see this being very biased, very one side, a very much so. There's a huge racist element to this. Now, how many times have you seen, let's just be fucking honest and put it all on the table. How many times have you seen white people filming or recording themselves or somebody in the incident getting arrested, except for like a fucking car crash? I'm talking about, how many times have you seen that? 0. Probably very, very little. If so, I'm sure and positive a black person was involved. Now, how many times have you seen a black person recording a police brutality on a black phone? Like, you directly see the implication. You're directly applying this. What other reason will make it wrong? Talking about misunderstandings and violence against police officers. What do you mean misunderstanding? You can't misinterpret footage. How do you misunderstand it? The man was kneeing on George Floyd's neck, and we've seen several incidences just like that. So how do you misinterpret that? Oh, you want to hide it. That's what you want. You want us to rely on your own body cam footage? I'd be damned. That's the shit like that will have me packing a couple of boxes. Like, every time they do some shit, I'll be packing up my whole fucking house. The last bill, you know what? I had already been getting ready to get the fuck up out of here. That's bullshit as a taxpayer. But you can do it on private property, as long as you're on private property. Now, take this. Say you're in a community and something happens and you pull over and record on somebody's property. It'll then be up to them whether they gave you permission to record on their property or not. What the fuck kind of loopholes are? You got to walk around with an attorney all the way around with these fucking laws. This shit is crazy. It's crazy. And they should also add, if a police officer does not have his body cam on or turns it off, he has to be terminated. I agree. I absolutely agree. This only protects them cops. Child, now it gives me more reason to be violent towards camera users. It really does. Just more lies. Basically, just way more. So that's what's going on over in Arizona. Now let's get into this. We can get into a little couple crazy stories. So Minnesota. Now this is really, really nuts. So this is an Asian couple, and the woman's husband offed himself in the house, killed himself. The woman called the police. The police came. Then later, Her family members called the police and said, hey, you might need to go check on her and the kids. They go and check the house. She's not there. They then decide to take her phone to track her phone. Come to find out, she done threw all her kids in the water and drowned them. And she drowned herself. Let's examine what in the hell is going on with some of these people.
A Twin Cities family has closure as they deal with a major tragedy. Around 11 o'clock this morning, a water rescue team recovered the last of 4 bodies. A mother and 3 children found dead in Vadnais Lake. The Ramsey County Sheriff's Office is investigating this as a possible triple murder-suicide. WCCO's Marielle Mose has been covering this since the start of the search yesterday. She walks us through the series of events that got us to this point.
Around 10:30 Friday morning, Maplewood police were called to a home on Pearson Drive for a man who died by suicide. That death investigation led police to Vadnais Sucker Lake Regional Park around 4 that afternoon. Family of the man who died told police to find the man's partner and kids.
They were concerned about her well-being and the well-being of the children. And so they began tracking her cell phone, which led them to here.
On the shores of Vadnais Lake, first responders found an abandoned vehicle and 3 pairs of children's shoes. A search above and below the lake waters started immediately. 3 hours into the search, around 7 Friday night, crews recovered the body of 1 child. Even as the sun set, the search continued. Another child's body was recovered just after midnight.
We're here till 4, sometimes 4 in the morning last night, and we're here at 6 a.m. today.
With light back on their side in the morning, rescue teams recovered the bodies of the 3rd child and the mom.
Our goal was to find the children and the mother and to return them to their families, and we're glad that we were able to do that.
This was an air and water rescue with the help of the State Patrol chopper in the skies, as well as several sonar boats on Vadnais Lake, which is a relatively shallow body of water. The commander of the search and rescue team told me that this search was especially difficult.
I've been doing this for 30 years as a cop. I'm in water patrol for most of it, and this was one of the more difficult ones.
All 3 children are 6 years old and younger.
A lot of us have our own
Now, this was a very interesting story. Let me tell you why it's interesting. Let me give you some specifics on this story. So when it initially happened, she called the police, right? The police came out. And it appeared to me that this had been a we all need to die type of ploy. I'm going to kill myself first, and now you have to kill the rest of them type of situation. And so the way they found the bodies after they tracked her phone, apparently they found them all separated. The oldest was along down the stream further, meaning she must have drowned him first. And then the youngest 2, she did next. Do you know what kind of mental state of mind you have to be in to put your baby underwater and just hold them there? And not only that, to just put your own self down and just consciously hold yourself under the water. That's the shit I'm talking about when I say that police officers really need to understand when they first came to this house, signs of mental health. I mean, he died by suicide. So the next thing is we need to bring you all in for questioning. We need to have you all on a 24-hour hold and watch you all as well. It took the family to say, hey, I think you need to go over there and check on the mom and them kids too. By the time they get over, it was too fucking late. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all got bills talking about people can't record you and play loud music and shit. What about training these motherfuckers on understanding the signs of something's not right here? Something's a little off. You know, like for me, I saw this story and I said, wow, they could have, damn, they didn't take the kids or something. Like, how traumatic was that? No questioning. How 2 hours later you were leaving? 2 hours later you're leaving. What do I mean, in a murder case, a death case, you're there for like at least 24 hours just collecting crime scene evidence. I mean, the fuck? Did I miss something? I just was like, I was baffled by the fact that the police officers literally just was like, just there. And then all of a sudden something happens. Fuck is wrong with people? Good morning, Fates. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hot spicy tea. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Human Hysteria walked in on. Listen, was a very crazy story to me as well. And happy Saturday to you. Yes, please like the video, you all. Please hit that like, hit the like. Zaire, good morning. Grand Rising. So that's what happened to this lady in Minnesota. Rest in peace to her and her entire family. This was an Asian couple. Now let's get into this next story. Now this one is a little bit funny. So there was a North Carolina high speed chase. And I mean, when I say this was one of the most craziest high speed chases, and I walked away with it with a lesson. Okay. First of all, when you watch this video, this man stole 4 vehicles in this high speed chase. Literally from one car, he drove to another car, got that car. Meanwhile, his sister was in the passenger seat with him as well while this whole shit was going on. And she was moving so fucking slow. When he went to dump that car to get into another car, she was moving so slow. He drove off without his fucking sister. I said, oh yeah, you was a bitch ass nigga. And then to make matters worse, the car he stole was this woman. She was literally sitting. This is why you don't leave your keys in your car and run into the store for nothing. I've learned my lesson. Don't do that for shit. So she leave her keys in the car and he takes her car. He finally is apprehended when he's driving an SUV and slams into another car. Now, it sucks that this other car had to be the final element that stopped it. But I mean, god damn, what the fuck is going on with people? So get into this. Let me see. Let's see. Look at this car, y'all. Let me put it on a big screen. This shit was crazy. Look at him leave her. This is where it comes to an end. No, you got to be some kind of nuts to risk your life, your sister life, and the lives of so many other people. I'm sitting here looking like, God damn, you went from 4 cars. There's 4 people now who are affected by this, not to mention the man who car you crashed into. And I'm sitting there like, what would I have done in traffic beside pulled the fuck all the way over? I'd have been in somebody's grass. I'd have been so far away from the street. Oh, hell no. I'd have been pulling all over. But people are just going crazy. It's like Grand Rising. The sister said, I ain't going. Good morning, Catherine Powell. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way in. That's what it looked like, right? And now the last story on local news. Now, y'all know how I said I always be doing stories that be sometimes affiliated, and we're just gonna say it like that, and sometimes not. Well, here's one of those stories where I'll be like, sometimes and sometimes not. So get into this. So there's a rapper who bragged about unemployment and an unemployment scheme in the music video and has agreed to plead guilty. So this fool, him and his acquaintances were filing unemployment claims for all of these dead people that he was acquiring up to 1.5 million. But not even that. How he got caught was he was filing for COVID checks. We know all about that. So he was filing for COVID checks, and finally the COVID checks and all of those other people names that he was getting unemployment checks in caught up to his ass. But how he really got caught, he did a video called and named the video of the song EDD. You know what EDD stands for? The Employment Development Department. I said, what a fucking asshole. You gonna brag that hard? So first we're gonna check out his music video, what got his ass caught all the way the fuck up before we get into how he got arrested and ended up having to plead guilty. Now, here you go. What a nutcase. I mean, if you're gonna be illegal, just be illegal on the low. You really out here bragging about it though?
We had 1.5 land.
Now listen to this. Turn your speakers down. It's one of them kind of rap songs. But listen to his lyrics, please.
Roman so sweet. We had 1.5 land. This that land transaction with me. I'm trying to swipe this bitch up till it free. I get been swiping for EDD. Go to the bank, get a stack at least. This shit here better than selling peas. I made some rent that I couldn't believe. 10 cars, then 200 bun. I got a shot at the Donald Trump. I get my swipe.
Says a rap.
So that was the song that caught him up, right? So I'm saying, thinking like, how slow of you to put a song out like that. And all of his co-conspirators also got caught up as well. Now, the funniest thing about this whole thing was this lady, this news reporter lady, trying to rap some of the, not rap, but try to say some of the lyrics of the song that got him caught up. Check out this lady.
The Department of Justice says a rapper who bragged in a music video about getting rich from an unemployment scam is now facing federal charges. According to a criminal complaint, 31-year-old Fontrell Antonio Baines exploited the pandemic unemployment assistance provision of the Federal Coronavirus Act. He applied for more than $1.2 million in jobless benefits. Federal officials say right now he lives in Hollywood Hills. And in a video, he bragged he's going to get stacks of these while holding up envelopes from EDD. A second man in the raps, raps, quote, "You got to sell cocaine. I just file a claim." It's up to 22 years in federal prison. Katie Johnston for CBS LA.
I can't. She said, you have to sell cocaine. All I do is file a claim. These niggas out here being reckless with their criminal activity. I could not. I said, oh, yeah, that's stupid as hell. That's stupid as hell. Bring this and 1.5 million at that. You had to really be tracking. Like, God damn, you was out here. Why didn't you shut your mouth? And everybody want to be a celebrity. Everybody want to show and shower everybody with money. I wouldn't have said a damn thing. And 1.5 million is more than enough. I'd have been done with that scheme. I remember that he spent all that money on that video when he just could have used his iPhone. He was too happy to get that money. That's how you know when folks never had anything. You'd be like, wow, wow. Did you hear her? Did you hear her? She just go and take pole lessons. She may do better. She sounded like she was trying, really trying. So this man now he's facing up to 25. The Department of Justice says a rapper who bragged in 25 years about getting rich from he's facing 25 years accused of fraudulently applying for more than 1.2 million in unemployment benefits and then using those names to then apply for COVID benefits. He agreed to the plea. He is give up $56,000 in cash He pled guilty to 1 count of mail fraud and 1 count of unlawful possession of a firearm and ammunition. Yeah, if you're going to be illegal, you better try to keep that shit on the wraps or to yourself, or just try not being illegal at all. Maybe not. I don't know. So that was all I had around the world. We had the good guy in Mississippi. We got the president and his executive order for Roe versus Wade. We had the Derek Chauvin verdict where he's receiving 21 years for violating George Floyd's civil rights. We have Arizona making it illegal to record a police officer within 8 feet, which is just crazy as hell. We had the Minnesota woman who clearly had a mission to kill herself and her children after her husband committed his own suicide. We had the North Carolina car chase, and then we have COVID checks. So folks, be careful. Now let's switch on over to hot topics. And again, please, if you just come in the room, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Did you hear about the DoorDash glitch? Yes. It's let's talk about DoorDash. I'm mad I didn't bring it up. Did I bring it? Was it in my yeah, it's coming up. That's coming up. I'm sorry, it's in hot topics. It's in our first 5. Y'all check the description box too. So before I begin and I switch over to this next topic, I want to ask you all something that's here because I feel like I have more of my core folks here with me this morning. So before I switch into hot topics, I want to ask y'all something. So as this channel is growing, there are certain things that I have to start doing as part of growing this channel out. And one of those is asking for support, asking for the likes, but the super chats, the cash apps, all of that good stuff. And I've just been trying to figure out how to implement that because I'm normally not naturally that kind of individual. So as you all do, if you have any ideas, any ways or anything like that, please send me an email, drop it under a video. All of that counts. I want to incorporate you all into it. I feel like I have more of my core folks who I watch, who are with me steadily on a basis, but I would love to do that. Again, and a lot of these ideas came after me watching a couple of content creators and the way they do it and build it into their programming. So I wanted to put that in here before we switch to our next topic. All right, y'all. As you can see, there's been some brawls going on at some concerts. You got folks fighting at the Erykah Badu concert. You got Cardi B getting snatched. Somebody snatched Cardi B's wig, baby. Somebody snatched her wig. And all of a sudden, she started beating him with the mic. And then the screen went to black. I said, oh, yeah, that's Cardi B for real. Now, that's the Cardi B that I know. That's the Cardi B I'm down for. So we're about to get into all of that. First thing I want to do is I want to touch on some of our first 5. Some of the stuff I want to just breeze right on through. So if you haven't heard, DoorDash had a major fucking glitch. So something had happened where they allegedly were experiencing issues with their payment processing, meaning that people were allowed to order shit and it was sending it to the people as the companies as if it was paid. Baby, do you know people was ordering up? So here you got one restaurant stocked. You got McDonald's, somebody up in McDonald's, they ordering mad food up in McDonald's. And so a lot of people got their orders. You had this guy who ordered like $1,000-something worth of alcohol. A lot of folks got their orders. And so now DoorDash is canceling fraudulent orders. They're reissuing payments to some of the restaurants and shit like that. And now they're going after the customers who received these orders by putting a bill on their account. So you won't be able to order anything else until that bill has been covered. And I said, what a bitch. It's not our fault. Y'all had a problem. You were experiencing difficulties. That's not our fault. Shit, I wish I would have known. I would have been ordering. Baby, I would have had me a whole salmon and rice from this Greek restaurant. That should be so expensive, but I would have got it. Yes. So yes. Yeah, the feds don't pay about their money. No, they don't. Pin the Cash App and PayPal info at the top of the chat so people won't have to ask for it. Okay. Thank you. Okay. What? Baby. And put it in the description and comment section of every video. Okay. See, that's what I needed to know. Thank you. I should have been on that kind of stuff. Like, thank you, human hysteria. That's love. Thank you. Okay, listen, I would have been ordering up a storm. Me too, child. Somebody said they glad it didn't include gas. Okay, have we ought to been down there getting some gas? My thing is that how does in the 21st century, how do you have a glitch with your payment processing system? They said Casamigos and Don Julio reported a sales in one individual order up to $1,673,000, and another was close to $2,000. And so this all happened on July 7th, Thursday. And as a result, folks were able to grab some food in a short period of time. And so they call it a short period of time. So they're actively canceling fraudulent orders, and they're in touch with merchants to impact it to ensure they are compensated for any unauthorized orders. Baby, I'm telling you, I'd have had so much shit. And be honest with you, it's so many other apps. I don't care if they'd have stuck me with the bill. I'd have been over on Uber Eats for a while until they dissolved that shit. So we will see. I guess I wouldn't be using DoorDash. Face, did you order something? Face, please tell me you didn't order something. Did you order something? That's crazy. That damn Putin, and he funny as shit. That's how he's going to cause the United States to go broke. Hacking DoorDash. Oh my God, Nate, don't tell me you think Putin has something to do with it. Yeah, hey, chat family, Maj. I have a wonderful. You too, Jay Parrish. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. It never pays to do wrong. Okay, and and get some free food. Shit, I could have fed up. You could feed your family on that. Next thing. So this whole Nick Cannon, and he wore a dress and all of that stuff. So I just put it in first five because he came out and explained what that really was about. And he basically said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you could have caught me in the bed with Kel, but it wasn't what you think it was. And he said, and he goes on to say, yep, we probably had the big ear of corn, a bunch of orange soda, and a couple of kids' choice awards up our ass too. He's saying that you and Keenan gave me the opportunity to write episodes and stuff. I was the audience warm-up, just like Chad over there. At 16, I would drive up in my mama's old car. Kel would let me sleep in his apartment sometimes and hang out. And so I figured it wasn't really anything. I heard we talked about it before. I was like, y'all remember what she said? And I said, yeah, I hear it. But because if that would have been something, I think she would have been dropped that. But I think she tried to make it into something, and it really wasn't nothing. And I do believe that, he could be, I don't know. I just, given his track record of all these kids and popping out all these babies, I just feel like he's a certain level of freak, a certain kind of freak. And so I don't know. I just didn't assume there was any there, him and Kel Mitchell. I don't know if you all thought there was something there too. He needs to heck into these banks and give us coins. That's when I'm going to hit the biggest deposit ever. Okay. Period. Good morning, Kings Mina. Good morning, y'all. I'm really 50 now, but like Angela Bassett said, wait, this I still look good. Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kings Mina. Nick was rehearsing. Nick was over there trying to get a job. That's what I thought. Mitri, what's going on? But it is highly weird. That's what I was saying. I think he may get into some shit, but I don't think he may do it with people he know. It may definitely be with us, one and done out in Tijuana, a one and done in the Philippines. But I don't think Nick Cannon is hitting it with like the likes of Kel Mitchell. Now I don't think he's pulling a Martin Dwayne and Will Smith. That's just a different kind of freak. I don't know. I think Nick Cannon is more. All right, if I like my, glutes licked, I'm gonna have to fly across the country for it, like other men do. I don't think he doing it. Running around this morning with my grandbaby. Hey, good morning. Hey, grandbaby. Good morning. Twerk. Okay. If it's the Illuminati, here we go. Britt, I'm sorry. I didn't sing. Did you tell me I would have sung? Thank y'all. I celebrate. Do you want me to sing? Because I'll sing for you, boo. My bad. I'm sorry, Britt girl. Happy late birthday. Happy late birthday. Hey, happy late birthday. Happy late. Sorry, boo. It is the birthday month. I got a couple of friends who are celebrating their birthdays too. So I know y'all kind of behavior. Oh, y'all are very much so like it's my whole month. It's my whole month. And I'm like, it's not your whole month. I don't be thinking I'm about to be splurging your whole month. Nigga. That's what had my ass out the other night. The whole month. Y'all be doing it. Okay. Them cancers. My mother was a cancer. Happy belated. Happy belated. Yeah, them cancers, they just are grandioso. I mean, everything is a grand thing. You be like, really? Okay, you want to do all of that? I had one friend literally rent a bar for his birthday and didn't need to because the group was like 5 or 6 of us. And it was just like, you really did this. And I think it was more so I have the money to do so. And it's like, yeah, but here, this was a little low budget. You got the coins, but you probably got like, and we're not friends anymore. So I could talk, I can say that, but, and I ended up getting into it with, let me not even go there. But happy belated birthday and happy birthday to you all. All right. So yeah, that was Nick Cannon. Y'all, did you know that Ty Tribbett revealed that he was the one who pianoed Cry Me a River? Now we're gonna play this clip, but I want you to hear how much this man got paid for that entire song. This is why I said we still got our eyes up on Justin Timberlake. We still do. I don't even care if it was the label or it wasn't him involved. We still got our eyes on him. How the hell Ty Tribbett only get this amount of money for this song? And we know how this song has been so relevant for Justin Timberlake. Check this out.
That Justin Timberlake thing came from Timberland. Like, yo, we got this song. Do it. I did the vocal arrangements on there, me and the girl Floetry, and then that took off. Cry Me a River was like a huge song. I got $2,000. He got like $2 billion. But I love you guys. I love you, Tim. Boy, I love you.
That's why they call it the music business.
Do you understand?
It ain't the music friendships.
Do you? No. That Justin Timberlake thing came from Timberland. Like, yo, we got this song. Do it. I did the vocal arrangements on there, me and the girl Floetry, and then that took off. Cry Me a River was like a huge song. I got $2,000. He got like $2 billion. But I love you guys. I love you,
baby.
That's why they call it.
You got to go check out the full interview. He talks about he He is the one who started that and kicked that all off. That is the signature note of the song. You know when you hear that with the teardrops and the falling in the background, it's like, oh shit, you told me you love me. Why they harmonize all of that for this man and got $2,500 out the deal? And I said, another example of Justin Timberlake using the likeness of others to climb his way all the way up to the chain. And I know he wanted to be like heavy in R&B, but unfortunately we caught it. We caught on to him before he could get over. No, nigga, no. No, nigga, no. So shout out to Ty Tribbett. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. I see you doing your thing. I see you doing your thing. So that's Ty. That's Ty. Yes, I saw that. Ty. Okay. Yes, Leo season starts this month, and my birthday is in August, so I understand. You know how they are. Mine was when you took your break, so it's all good. Mine fell on Easter Sunday this year. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I still got to shout you out. I appreciate you. You know I do. Happy birthday and belated. Yes, bitch. 2,000? I know I'd have been knocking on somebody's door like, is this right? At UK, he should have had a better contract written by that time. And he said Timberland was involved. Timberland and him and I don't know who else. Him, they were all working together in the studio, and this came of that. And he only got $2,500. I mean, it probably sounds right in the game when you're unknown, you're just willing to take a check for a beat, and you probably don't think the beat goes nowhere. Then it goes somewhere, and you're stuck with damn, you know. So I don't know how I would have felt about that. I'm going to have to hit the replay. What am I missing? Ty Tribbett. just told us how he crafted the Cry Me a River tune and only received 2,500 off the beat. 2K Justin, you banned from the cookouts. Okay, he can't even bring the porta potties. You know how they load him off the truck? See, I was gonna let him drive the truck. I don't even want him around. Nope, he can't pick up the phone to take the order or nothing. I want him nowhere near the event. Period. Unreal. It is. It makes you mad. I could never hear the song and not have an attitude. Be throwing shit. I'm so upset. Ty is the truth. Ty is, and Justin Timberlake thinks, and Justin Timberlake is listed first on writing credit. He pulls another what Beyonce did, but Beyonce is not. I looked on the credits of these songs. Jay-Z is listed way before Beyonce on Break My Soul, so I could tell she was the least common denominator when it comes to contributing to that track. So artists are starting to be more, because they don't want these lawsuits. Motherfuckers see that song rise up and say, wait, I can prove in court I wrote this song. Let's go. Shit, I didn't sign a heavy enough non-disclosure agreement for this bullshit. Bitch, you signed me off for 2,500. You went to make a, I mean, hell no. So where is old Justin? Didn't y'all kick him out? Gone. Justin is in England right now. He is no longer invited to the States. Okay. Good morning, Voodoo. Hey, Voodoo. Good morning. Good morning. After he was caught on location for a movie with the co-star, I peeped JT then. Now this, I'm looking at him different. Do I have to throw away JT CD? I think Justin is getting us to the point where we have a lot of questions. We have now, if Sherry Shepherd, see, here we go. Sherry notes. We're going to start doing Sherry notes. If Sherry Shepherd want her shows to pop, she need to come out here, get Justin on the show, and then ask him shit like this. Do you feel like you use the Black community to climb the ladder? She can do it in her very white woman voice. She can be very appealing to the white women. But in order to keep us and grab them Wendy watchers, you're going to have to attack the angle of, so what's up? And I would say Wendy Williams, but since Sherry is taking the spot, it's like, I don't see her doing nothing like that. If you look at all the credits listed, Justin Timberlake with First Child, mess, Floetry. That's right, Floetry. Thank you, Stiggs. Floetry. JT just sold his entire catalog for a crap ton of money. He must, anytime they start doing that shit, he must know he ain't gonna, his shit ain't making no more than what it is. I roll up on Justin like a crackhead. Where my money at? Scratching your neck. Scratching your neck. Justin deserves it though. He deserves a roll up, a question down, or something. I mean, good grief. But everything leads me to believe that that deal was between Ty and Timberland on good faith, and it was never followed through on. Like there was never come back to the table. Like, all right, we did that and it did something, so let's renegotiate it. It was just left where it was. That's if you ain't watching the game, I'll be damned if I get caught up in some shit like that. No, sir. All right, so that was Ty Tribbett. The next and first five is this Macy Gray situation. So everybody know what went on with Macy. I put it in first five because I didn't want to rehash it. I've saw everyone's opinion. I've heard everyone's opinion. I have my own opinion, and I'm still sticking to my opinion. I don't feel like anybody's demeanor has caused me to change it. But if you don't know, she said, I will say this, and everyone's going to hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman. Sorry, I know that for a fact. Like if you want to call you a her, I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her. That was what she said on Piers Morgan channel. Now, mind you, Piers Morgan has said a lot of fucking crazy things. Even then, he said some things. To me, it was a very much so bait and switch thing. Get this black woman up here, get her opinions on this topic. It's anything. Any commentator would do it. If I was on the show, I would get a white woman up there and I throw a question in her about Roe versus Wade. So do you feel like women who may have faced rape in your community, do you feel like they'll be impacted by Roe? You see how you do that? I saw the play. I was like, okay, I see you, Piers. And she gave her honest opinion. And how I feel about that, she's entitled to it. Almost every woman that I talked to about this topic, including my auntie, felt the same fucking way. How dare you? And for my TT, it was, don't disrespect me for your change. Like, I get you want to change because you're dealing with things in your life and you identify as a woman, and that's great. But don't disrespect me as being a natural born woman by subjecting yourself and saying that you are a woman or you're just like me, because you're not. Outside of sexual gender, having breasts and hair, wigs, and nails, like my TT said, there's so many other things that come with a woman that aren't celebrated when people say, yes, I'm like a woman, such as, dealing with, the monthly cycles, such as dealing with birth, but those innate needs and nurturing needs of a woman. Sometimes we always say, why do women do this to men or cower to men or show respect or deference? Those are biological things that are within inside of a woman. And that's and I'm saying, and she was saying that and saying, you can't just celebrate and say that you're a woman and you're not celebrating all the fucking aspects of it as being a woman, the goods, the bads, the dealing with domestic violence as a woman, and understanding the dynamics of a man and a woman in those situations and why that occurs. It's easy to say, yeah, I'm a woman, but yeah, have you really dealt with some of these situations? Have you dealt with working in a career where you because you are a woman, you can't climb to the top? You have not even faced some of those situations because you're still dealing with trans rights, trans women's rights, trans men's rights. And that's separate from biological women's rights. And I'm not saying that you can't, draw comparisons between the two, but they are not the same. I don't care what anybody says. You can debate me. You can do all of that. You can call me stupid or whatever, but trans rights are not the same as biological women's rights. They're not. You can support abortion rights for biological women, but that's not affecting you. It's not affecting you unless you have a woman who was pregnant and you all wanted to have an abortion. So in my mind, when she was giving her opinion and I asked other women around me, it was like, even my cousin, other women around me, everyone was like, I don't see how she said anything wrong. And frankly, it's the level of respect. And so then I flipped the tables. I said, well, if a trans man came out here, if someone asked me my opinion about trans men, my opinion would be, you can be labeled a man, you can have masculinity, you can do all of those things. You can be identified as a man. I'll call you he, him, they, whatever pronouns you'd like to be called. But in my mind, I am more of a man than you are biologically. And not just because I have a penis, but because there are things that I go through in my life that I know you probably wouldn't understand. Innate to the innocent need to dominate. Me being my testosterone, my territorialness, all of those things feed into the DNA of boys, men. As you grow older, there's a lot of that. Some men have it more than others, but those innate things that I go through when I make the decisions that I make, when I, do the things that I do, you would never understand it because it's just not packaged into you unless you're studying male biology and physiology and psychology for your change. But even that, it's still a behavior. It's still innate in me, and so I would say, I would say some of those same things. So, and I'm a gay man at that. I'm gay as fuck. Are you kidding me? But I know damn well ain't no trans man. And that's what I see in the world. And that's what the difference I saw in this situation. There aren't trans men coming out here saying stuff like, I'm more of a man than you. I don't know who chat I was in. Oh, Plainest Jane chat. Great ass conversation. And someone was like, I don't know where you've been, because it's a lot of trans men who be out here like, I'm more of a man than you. And I'll be like, yeah, okay. And I'll be sitting back like, oh, that's fine. Do you, boo. That it wouldn't affect me like that. So we don't have those sort of, but with trans women and biological women, there's always this, I'm better than you, or this battle. And I always equate it to respect. There's just a level of respect, men as a man, and then a trans woman, there's that innate nature of dominate, of being territorial, of being forceful. And you see it come out in these conversations and situations when it's like, I'm more of a woman than you are. And I'm like, how is that possible? I say that. And, a lot of people may not agree with me, but that's just how I see it. I see gender as trans woman, trans man, woman, and man. I don't see people who can, I don't see it. And that's my belief. I know people are like, and I'm always open to conversation. I'm not disrespectful with it, but that's how I feel about it. I feel like there needs to be afforded a level of respect. And with that respect, it comes, I know that, I'm not going to be genuinely a woman, like biologically a woman like you. However, I identify as, that's a totally different thing to me. So Macy Gray came out. She responded to her backlash, and she said, all of you coming on my page threatening me and calling me names just because I said something you don't agree with, be whatever you want to be and fuck off. And that's it. That is all. I don't feel like it was any of that. I feel like she was baited into having that conversation, and she didn't expect it to go this way. And so unfortunately we're here with this debate, and then we're going to always have this debate, of this level of animosity between biological women and trans women. And so it's just interesting to see, but that's just how I feel. And I know, it is what it is, but I'm still mad at him for ripping Janet's titty out, and she got all the blame. That's been my kicker for it. That has always been and then had nerve enough to call her again to see if she wanted to do another performance. Bitch, where you at, JT? Where you at? Where are you? I need to see you, because I know you ain't asking me. I could never get into her, even when she was popular. Slow. Macy, I couldn't either. It just sounded like she was crying on the mic. And Macy, I've heard the opinion. How is that a phobia? We need to go back to the drawing board with these anti-such and such labels. I mean, I had dropped down in a comment because in Plaintiff's Jane chat, they were talking about like words and shit. And I was like, yeah, that's like the word spaz. Now we can't use spaz. Are you kidding me? So it's like we're boxing people into the point where they can't have an opinion. And it's only in this world of digital commentary where everyone has a platform to give commentary, and commentary goes viral. You have YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So now you got all these platforms where people can come out here and voice their opinion on shit. And it sticks, a lot of it sticks. And, and a lot of efforts to try to have a neutral conversation go by the wayside because one opinion is more heavier than the other. But for me, it is what it is. She should have said female. It's the definition of the words. Everyone has their own meaning. Exactly. I've said this before. I'm tired of having to have a conversation as a natural born woman. Do you? And leave us the hell alone, Nate. No, we are women. This is so funny to me because I watch chats and I be watching the ladies in the chat like, why don't they be saying? I saw one girl in the chat. You know who else I watch? I watch In the Bushes, Couture Bay, and she has a lot of conversations around these type of topics. I say go check out Couture Bay's channel. Shout out to Couture Bay. And I'll be watching her chat sometimes, and her chat be like, just why can't y'all just let us be? Just go on, like let us do our thing. And I'm like, I think it's just a level of respect. I think that's what it is. And I'm not saying all trans women by far, no, because you have some who are very respectful, who are absolutely understanding, and they get that. But it's just a lot of folks, it's a lot of them who have a good majority of them who have the mindset that, how dare you say something like that? I'm transitioning to be a full, complete woman, and then you're out here saying this. It bashes me. It doesn't draw a good light to me. But you have to understand, your transition doesn't mean someone else's transition of their definition. That's why I said in an earlier show, folks asked me if my child wanted to transition, and at a younger age, would I allow them to wear dresses and bras? And I told you all, I said, no, not until they understand the negative consequences that come with all of that and what you will do. because I don't need you to be out here. You do that, and then people backlash you, and then you're all offended and you want to cause uproar. I need to understand proactively, do you know what you're getting yourself into? And when I see folks backlash on people for having opinions, I'm like, so you think everyone's supposed to be quiet? Because there's a lot of shit I see that's not even trans related, that's just other related stuff that I'm like, look at this dumb shit I don't talk about because I don't have to. You know, I am what I am. You know, folks are, you know, gay this or gay that, and I'm just like, oh wow, okay, great, let me go and see my nigga. You know, it doesn't bother me. But you know, trans women have to own that. If you're gonna be a trans woman, own the fact that criticism gonna come with it, and do you. Fuck that shit. You know, if you identify as a woman and you feel like you are a natural essence of a woman, who's going to stop you? That's all I'm saying. Just don't let opinions of other folks affect you to the point where it's like we got to cause a whole uproar. Like, damn, you think this is going to be the first? This ain't going to be the first or last. And let's be honest here, news crew. You know how many celebrities don't give a fuck about gays, that don't give a fuck about trans, that don't give a fuck about us, but they mask it because it sells. So we should be very thankful for those who do come out here and say their true, honest opinion, because I'd rather you give me your truth than me spending money on your product and your shit. And you have in the door with us. You know, it's one big celebrity that, you know, I like, but I feel like she is really a traditional family oriented woman. And so a lot of ways, I don't see her as supportive as much of the LGBTQ community, but it's masked under her product and what she does and, you know, how wonderful she is. And you can't say anything negative about her, but you don't see a lot of what a lot of other fans do when it comes to her. So just, you know, allow people to have their opinion. That's how I feel. Yeah, I really do. Depending on how the word female is used, sometimes we don't like to be called that same use with a negative connotation. In Western culture, we categorize everything. The basic would be female, male, all the rest would be subcategorizations. I'm basic. I will treat you any way you would like me to treat you. I will give you respect. I think people get upset about it because this is basically a new topic for most and never really thought about it. Yeah, and you're right. No one really wants to talk about it. Talk about it. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that doesn't mean it has to be disrespectful. I agree, Zaire. Who can't use spaz? I'm about to spaz on these movers. Yeah, it's the UK pushing that. When Lizzo came out with her song, people can identify with what they want. Baby, I wish someone could transition and get some of these cramps. I'm half a century old. I don't need this ish no more. Absolutely. There's a lot of things, you know. Yeah. By nature, I straight up do not like to be bothered. It just seems like it's always an issue over nothing. I did a video about Flame Monroe. I talked about how they were changing the symbol on isn't it going to be X now on the license? Popular feminine hygiene product, because trans men who still has cycles are complaining. I'll send you the link. Okay. Hey, Zap. Good morning, Zap. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hold on, lady. You almost there. Y'all so funny. Talking about some hold on. You almost there. What, then it just stops like that? Like you just automatically know? Is it like after 2 or 3 months of not having a cycle, you're like, okay, that bitch is gone? Like, is that how it is? So that's my whole Macy Gray thing, you all. Like I just wish we just stop letting things that aren't really an issue be an issue. Like it's not an issue. Let it go. Then let's talk about Erykah Badu. So Erykah Badu had a concert over the weekend, you all, and I just can't believe that out of this concert, these girls just got into a fight at the concert. Now, let me just tell you all before this video pops up. The one woman recording it, she like, damn, y'all, Erykah Badu causing y'all to fight. I said, are you crazy? So apparently it was a fight between friends sitting next to each other. How does this shit happen? How do you go to an Erykah Badu concert with your friend and y'all end up fucking fighting? Y'all haven't figured y'all wasn't friends out well before the concert? Y'all ain't know a bitch ain't like each other. Bitch, I see you starting on me, ho. It took y'all getting into I don't know what Erykah Badu's song or lyrics did, but baby, it definitely had these two in here tussling. Get into this. So then the dude tried to step over. Did I mute myself? Oh, then the dude tried to step over and try to stop it, and the girl kept trying to go back at it. It must have been either some good pee, or they must have got triggered over something like, bitch, I told you not to sing my part. Like, what could make you get into a fight with your friend at an Erykah Badu concert? Ain't no motherfucking way. Bitch, I'll walk away and go. I see you. We ain't got to do this here. I don't know yet. I'll let you know. They made a big deal out of her comments when it really wasn't. It wasn't. And you just watching everyone just go crazy about it. And it's like, really? They were high. I'm talking about high. That was some blunts and some pills. That wasn't just all the weed, because weed won't have you fighting at Erykah Badu. Like, what? Erykah Badu high herself. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Then, oh, here we go again. One of them had a Tyrone. That's what I'm thinking. It had to be over a dude, but wait, she kept saying, what the hell, child? If they don't sit down somewhere, I would have been cracking up. The lady was like, Erykah, she was like, Erykah Badu got y'all fighting, no, child. Boy, Erykah kept singing the whole thing, baby. I wish Cardi would have did the same. The price of a concert that could have waited, baby. I'd have been like, child, are you playing? Y'all want to see this again, or y'all want to go to the Cardi B fight? Y'all let me know. No, that shit was crazy. Then we have, all right, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right. Then we have Cardi B. So Cardi B appears to scuffle with a fan during her Wireless Festival performance. And I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, Cardi, like what the fuck is going on? Like what? So according to the Neighborhood Talk, the video capture shows that an individual seemingly grabs a hold of Cardi's hair, prompting her to begin swinging her mic at the concert goer, like beating her on the head with the mic. Cardi hasn't directly responded to the incident, but she shared clips from the performance on Instagram. She thanked her husband, Offset, and Megan for joining her on stage. She said Wireless is no joke. They tried a motherfucker, but she not going down without a motherfucking fight. So let's get into this real quick. I say, go Cardi, go Cardi, go. I mean, that's the kind of Cardi I expected. I didn't see nothing wrong with it, but you out here, you bad. All right, let's see how bad you really gonna be. I know whoever it is got some knots on their fucking head, because the way she was swinging, I said, whoa. All right, so I'm gonna start this from the beginning. You gotta pay careful attention to it. I'm gonna make the screen bigger so you can see it. So now she's right there on a black screen, right? And then you're gonna see her hair being tugged. You can see it being pulled right there. So I'm gonna hit play and y'all check this out. Cardi said, not today, bitch. Not today. So Cardi said, not today, bitch. So I'm wondering what would make a fan really want to sit right there in the middle of the stage and grab a celebrity's hair, unless you don't fucking like them. And in that case, you deserve every microphone to your head, nigga. Are you kidding me? She should have knocked the shit out of him. And see again. Okay, I'm gonna play it again, and they will be trying to sue her. Yes, leave her alone. That's what I said. But they actually did pull her hair, so I think that she might have something there. You don't get away with just snatching. I mean, a celebrity or all. Like, I hate we can't rewind anymore. I'm sorry, Brit Girl. I'm gonna play the video again. But why is she going into the crowd? Ain't that about dangerous? I think she bent down, and you know how Beyonce hair got caught in the fan. It was one of them things where it was down, and then all hell broke loose. She hit the mic. Good for her. Cardi is ghetto. I love Zap. Me too. I just a ghetto bitch. Just you already know what they giving. Like, no, bitch, you get your hands off me. So let me play this. Put this up here one more time. Y'all check this out. Cardi wasn't playing with him. Cardi was not playing. Check this out. Cardi wasn't playing with him. And then let me run Erykah Badu's back real quick. Erykah Badu had me funny. You got to listen to the lady when she first started. She said, damn, Erykah Badu make y'all want to fight like that, though? I said, I understand. All I know is that girl left that show with her hair not done. She snatched that bitch wig back and forwards. It was backwards and forwards. I don't know what she did, but she sure enough got the business. All right. Let me see. What is this? Oh, yeah, we did all of that. All right. So now that's all I had for first five. That shit is crazy though. Let's DoorDash. So we talked about the DoorDash glitch and how people was just ordering food, getting all these free orders. We talked about Nick Cannon and how he addressed the whole situation between him and Kel Mitchell and him dressing up and playing uniform. We talked about how Ty Tribbett was paid only $2,500 for the Cry Me a River song. We talked about Macy Gray and her responding to the criticism that she received and her basically saying, do whatever you want, what she said, and then fuck off. We talked about Cardi B and her hair tug and her mic swing at a Wireless Festival performance. And we also got into Erykah Badu and the girls fighting at the concert. I found that clip on Twitter and I saw that and I'm like, Erykah Badu looks unbothered. Now let's get into hot topics. So the first thing I want to talk about in hot topics is Brittany Griner. So I don't know if you all have heard, Brittany Griner pled guilty and all of that good stuff. And, for one thing, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, was there security? Yeah, security guy finally walked up. That's when it broke up. The guy walked up. If that lady files a lawsuit, she will lose when that audio is played for the judge. They don't have security. Oh my goodness, no home training. Not for Cardi. I don't think there was security. You right about that. She better hope Cardi don't sue her ass. We know Cardi how she is with the courts. So Brittany Griner. So the latest has been that she had pled guilty to what she was alleged to have trafficked in THC, specifically hashish oil in her luggage. So now let's talk about why this was the move that the lawyers decided to present for her. So her legal team said that this was her decision by a discussion with her legal defense. She wanted to set an example of being brave. She decided to take full responsibilities for her actions, as she knows that she is a role model for many people. They're saying the nature of her case, the insignificant amount of the substance, and her personality and history of positive contributions to global and Russian sport. They're hoping that she'll avoid a severe sentence. And so, her trial began on July 1, and she faces up to 10 years. And so here are my thoughts about this. I absolutely think that this was the last resort because they realized that whatever options that the United States probed and presented to them definitely wasn't enough to give her time in Russian court. So they went on and decided to, let's go ahead and play this song and dance. Let's plead guilty to this. Let's try to show good faith and good face in Russian court. Obviously, this is why I said that July 4th letter was a preemptive strike. Now you see why it happened. That July 4th letter was a last minute, okay, y'all, we need y'all to do something. And they did nothing. And she pled guilty. She would have had to plead guilty anyways, but it's clear now that there's no real plan. So she pleads guilty. She gets a sentence. And then she's in court. And then she's in prison. Then it becomes a political prisoner swap. And I think that's really what they're waiting on. And that's really the angle here. Unfortunately, it came at the worst time fucking ever. Had this been any other time, I don't think we would have saw any type of issue like this. So unfortunately, Brittany Griner and her legal team felt like this was the best thing for them to do to move forward, to proceed, for her to have the best outcome with the least severe punishment. She's saying that she's hardened and is not on her knee right now, and she'll need time after she gets home to get back to herself. But her wife is saying, I'm holding on and I won't break until I come home. As for now, her wife is doing okay. She wished she could say she was better, but until her wife is home, there's a huge piece of her that is missing. So we'll stay tuned to this case. I'll continue to keep you all updated on that. Now let's get into this Elon Musk deal. So I posted this on my community wall. This is just so funny. We knew this was going to happen. So Elon decided he wants to proceed in the court to get his deal with Twitter reversed. He wants to have he wants to terminate the deal of the contract, and he's doing so in a manner that he's not even having to pay the termination fee, which is $1 billion. So he's saying that he wants to terminate this merger agreement because Twitter is in material breach of multiple provisions of that agreement, specifically the bots. They're not able to prove to him that they don't have any bots. He's saying the information that he was provided was either unusable or insufficient. Remember, I told you Twitter provided him with a trove of data and said, here, do what the fuck you got to do with it. And he's saying that that's not enough. So now he wants to go on and terminate this agreement. Now, mind you, this comes on the heels of almost every social media tech firm having their stock downgraded. I think Twitter went from $58 to $30. Social media company right now are just in the wallows. They're not as valuable as they was probably when he felt like this deal was something major. So it's a lot of factors playing into him wanting to pull out. And another factor is he thought Tesla was going to fund this operation, but Tesla shares went down. And Tesla, once he said he wanted to terminate this deal, what you think Tesla shares did? They went up. So it's clear that the shareholders are sending a message that we don't want you to do this shit either. So there's a lot of factors at play having Elon Musk really want to pull out this deal. Now, it is not going to go down, y'all, without a heavy motherfucking fight, because Twitter comes back and says, baby, we're going to sue your fucking ass. I don't know what the fuck you thought. They're saying they're going to sue because they want to sue for enforcement of the deal. They want to force him to either hold up his end of the deal. We are confident we will prevail in the Delaware Court of County, and so they're committed to closing the transaction on the price and terms agreed upon with Mr. Musk, and plans to pursue legal action to enforce the merger agreement. And everyone is saying that Twitter is well within their right, like they have the wherewithal to do so because they provided all the information that they needed. Both of them have agreed in the initial negotiation that only 5% of Twitter's customer base are bots. Anything outside of that, if it's a +6, if it's 7, they can still go to court for that, because it could change with the time. That was months ago. Now we're in a new time frame. So he really has to prove that what they provided him did not help him prove sufficient enough evidence that there are more bots than that they claim. And I don't, let me be honest with you all. Yes, I think Twitter has hella bots. I think they have hella bots. Absolutely. You get on there, all that Chinese shit trending, you be like, what the fuck is this shit? I don't even like K-pop. And all I see is BTS and shit on my Twitter feed. So I do believe that there's bots. Unfortunately, I don't think Elon Musk and his team have the tools to read through the data information that was provided to them from Twitter. And unfortunately, that's his fault. He should have looked at this shit beforehand. So I hope he gets stuck with this deal. Now, something else that came to light was this nigga's out here fucking and having kids. So Elon Musk reportedly welcomed twins with one of his executives last year. And we would have never known about this unless this dude did not want to go to court. So he went to court to have those two babies change their last name to Musk. And so the request was approved back in May, about 6 months after the twins were born. Now, what's funny is that if this is true, that means that he had these kids before he had his second child with his current wife, Grimes, which brings his total number of kids to 9. And so his justification for this was, I'm doing my best to help the underpopulation crisis. A collapse in birth rate is the biggest danger civilization faces by far. And I'm like, so you think you having 9 kids is going to help the fucking civilization? Like, come on. But it goes to show you, because everyone always says, and I sometimes agree, that people who have these birthing theories, these theories about the birth rate and stuff like that, it's all tied to racism, protecting their own race. A lot of people say that the birth rate populations have decreased. However, the birthing rates population have increased from like 3.4 for a woman to 1.9 for a woman, meaning a child per woman in America. However, that does not mean that the birthing rates in total have stopped. They say that it doubled over the last 2 years. I think it took about 100 million. It was at 100 million. It doubled to like 300 million of births have happened in a given period of time. So to me, this is just like, here he go pushing a MAGA thing that we need to save the white race, by having all these babies. And of course, Nick Cannon chimed on and he agreed with them too. So that's what happened with Elon Musk over the weekend. And I think it's just so hilarious. We get to see this white wealthy man acting out like this. This will definitely shorten her sentence. A previous prisoner did the same thing and was released after 3 years. How long did she get? 10 years, right? Well, her trial still goes on, but she's facing 10 years. I hope that she is not given the sentence is not the maximum of 10 years. Julius would have be right there if that was Beyonce. He would have. Baby and Jay-Z. That's messed up. Twitter, get your money. Okay, you are welcome. So bots are like roaches, pretty much. I thought he already bought Twitter. I got that wrong. As soon as General Motors started producing and releasing more electric cars, it's bye-bye Tesla. I can't wait. Okay, 9 kids. He's 9 kids, baby. Yeah, we know we can afford him. That man is like $230 billion. He's number 1. He beat out Bezos. Bezos was like the last 4 years, and now he took it this year. Elon Musk. Remember, Elon is a white South African. He's definitely racist and believes in white racial superiority. Yeah, I feel that from him. I agree with you. I feel that for him. Absolutely. So that was Elon Musk. Now let's get into trifling as Martha Stewart. So I don't know if y'all heard this, but Martha Stewart jokes about wishing her friends would die so she could date their husbands. Oh no, she literally said this shit. We're gonna play the little recording. And so I wondered, I asked I was asking him, like, would you, like, if you knowingly know your friend said this, would you continue being friends with them? And I said, no, I would have to say no. If you are single, now, if you in a relationship, then that's different. I'd be like, oh, you just fucking around. But if I'm in a whole marriage and my single friend says to me, I wish you would die so I can get with your spouse, bitch, we're no longer friends. That's not a joke. I don't know if this is just like white jargon we can just play like that. But I saw this and said, what? This bitch is high. What is this prison talk? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? So let me play this little clip for you. So we can hear what she said. It's at the 9-minute mark. And let me know if y'all can hear it too. Because I just got the audio.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Chelsea?
Well, we're in New York City today.
Hold on, let me cue it up. Baby. All right.
And that's really where I meet men. They're all married to friends of mine or something like that.
Well, it's very difficult because I think there are certain ages we go through where it's very tempting because you want to believe that, oh, maybe this relationship that they're in is temporary.
Or maybe they'll die. I always think, oh gosh, couldn't that person just die?
The wife.
Yeah, not painfully, just die.
Just slowly pass away.
Yeah, but it hasn't worked out.
No, it hasn't worked out. But what I would say, I mean, I find it curious because when was your last relationship?
A while ago, not too long ago, but a while ago.
Okay, so it's not that far in the distance, right?
No. So not like 100 years or so.
Well, we know you're not 100 years old, Martha. Nobody thinks that. And speaking of, you have a lot of years ahead of you, but I would like.
But we can talk. You know, the minor or something like that.
Well, it's very difficult because I think.
I wish.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a hard
homewrecker.
No, I'm not. I've never been a homewrecker.
No,
never. And I've tried. Really, have any affairs with anybody?
Not that she spoke about. Oh, well, that's good to know. Speaking of men, what's going on in your love life these days?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Zero. I had 2 mad crushes in the last month, which is really good for me.
Yeah.
But it turns out, one of them is married to the mother of some friends of mine, and he's so attractive.
But you can't be a homewrecker.
No, I'm not. I've never been a homewrecker.
No,
never. And I've tried really hard not to be.
It's hard to.
I've had the opportunity to be a homewrecker, and I have not taken anybody up on it. And that's really where I meet men. They're all married to friends of mine or something like that.
Well, it's very difficult because I think there are certain ages we go through where it's very tempting because
Baby,
you want to believe that, oh, maybe this relationship.
Martha is a whole stain out here, y'all. She's a whole stain in my book. I read this and I said, you ain't no friend of mine. You not. That is not no friend of nobody. Bitch, you want my man? How? What the hell? Even saying this on a broadcast, I'm thinking like maybe was she just doing this for a story? I know how sometimes people just want to cause a little hype around their name, but this the kind of story that make people who are even thinking of being friends with you like, nah, you ain't coming tonight, bro. This bitch, she's single. She already talking about she'll take your man. You know she got more money than me. All I need is for her to throw some money your way. What the fuck kind of shit was this? So I didn't find that to be. I found that to be like, is this what some women think? Single women think when they would, I mean, even single people. I didn't find that to be funny at all. I was just like, damn, bitch, okay, all right, well, we'll see. She must have been smoking out the window with Snoop. That's what I kept thinking. I'm like, is this bitch high? Because sometimes she could just be high. I couldn't even do it with a dude whose last name was Musk. You're not into the whole Musk thing. It's a whole community of people who like get off on Musk and shit like that. I just be like, so Elon Musk has nine kids. Yep. Now Martha got prison credit. They better take her seriously. Yeah, I would take her seriously and say, no, bitch, this is a couples only trip. We're gonna do the singles night a couple weeks from now. So not next one, boo. All right, Britt, you have a weekend. Your grandson's arrived. You have a good one. I'll catch the replay. Martha is crazy. You say something like that to me, you might get unalived in there. That's why people. It ain't cute. Martha said it's a good thing. It's not cute. It's a Snoop Dogg wife, boss lady. You better watch her. Period. If Snoop ain't tapped, oh my God, wow, that's a lot. Martha's trifling. Martha is a demon only. A demon would say something like that. Never could understand that woman. She was a friend of mine. She lied. She cheated. Okay, she took all I had. She didn't even have any shame talking about it. None. And she around there cooking for 4 people. I would eat nothing she cooked. Martha out here acting like a whole nigga. I'm telling you, Martha is giving me, y'all done lock my ass up. I ain't got nothing to hide, bitch. I want your man. Yes, I want your man. I can see her at the table now. How's the food? Bitch, what you asking him for? Ask me. I'm over here. What the hell you doing? No more dinners from Martha or from Martha by that way. No, Martha. Sorry, Martha. So we got cheating ass Martha. Now let's get into Gunna. So Gunna denied bond again. And how do I feel about Gunna being denied bond again? I don't. I have no feelings about it. I feel like, it is what it is. Especially given the fact that in his bond denial hearing, it was found out that the man was having a nurse smuggle in cocaine into the jail. And so his first denial was on May 23rd. And so now he'll remain in jail until 2023 when he have his trial date. And so they don't want, really what they're saying is the defense attorneys are saying that they've denied this because they don't want him to intimidate any witnesses, him or Young Thug, should they potentially be out on a bond release. And so this fool out here allegedly trying to smuggle cocaine and weed into jail for Gunna. And so the nurse was apprehended. And so basically what happened was Gunna had apparently the jail, according to the report, a nurse was caught trying to allegedly smuggle cocaine and weed into the jail for Gunna. When confronted by an officer about the drugs, the nurse fled. During the bond hearing on Thursday, prosecutors said that some of the drugs in the bag were intended for Gunna, a claim that his attorneys denies. And so here's my thing. Remember when we first went back and we heard about Gunna in jail and everybody was saying that he's having the shakes, he's really taking it bad, he's having bad withdrawals. So I have heartily believed that he's having withdrawals from cocaine in jail. I didn't know he was struggling with it so bad, but maybe he might need to withdraw from some cocaine for a little bit of time. I want more details of this case. I'm sorry. I think it's a good thing for other rappers to take heed to the fact that they're coming after these gang clique related organizations. If you built your group around that, change that shit to just music. I think it's a good thing. And now I think, more than ever, artists need to start watching what they say in their songs because they coming after them too. So, and every fucking artist, I'm not just saying black artists, I'm saying every artist need to watch their music, because I'm not just saying this artist. You can have committed a crime, and now just because you sung a song about something, it can now be used in a court of law. So I want to stay tuned to this. You're guilty until you're innocent until proven guilty. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything. I'm just saying that I need more facts to come out. Now you smuggling, you're trying to get cocaine and weed smuggled into the jail. Then we had Young Thug having his cousin over there singing. Had him rapping a song on the phone. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we doing it? Let's act like we are in fucking jail. Like, please. Gunna, King Roman says, please, next complete fucking case. Please let him. I think he need to just sit for a little bit. I bet Martha got a prison bae story. And I bet you the prison bae is with a female guard. I bet you. I guarantee she been having hers licked sternly, neatly too, neatly. Okay, she probably had a plate underneath it. I can see it. I give Martha that. She'll probably have neat sex, like clean, neat. The room probably smells like white lilies. You on 1,000 thread sheet sheets, 1,000 count thread sheet, cotton count thread sheets. Like like I can see it. Chloe, stay away from him. Ooh, Chloe. Speaking of Chloe, Instagram while they making cakes, he was flipping her cakes. Oh, not Snoop. Don't put that on Snoop. Don't put it on Snoop. I want to think that Snoop got a little more cool than that. My ex-friend said any black, this is my ex-friend said, I didn't say this, I don't condone anything, disclaimer. He said any black man that's willing to sleep with a white woman is also willing to sleep with a man. And so when he would see black men out with a white woman, he'd be like, mm-hmm. And I used to be like, why would you do that? And it would be so funny because I would look at the guy like he looked like he'd go too. So when y'all just said Snoop Dogg and Martha, I'm like, why would y'all put that on him like that? No, I know he's a freak. I remember them early porns. They used to be the softcore porns. He didn't really get naked or do nothing, but he was in the back, like, I remember I was a young thot back then. I remember them days. Snoop never didn't show anything. You never saw anything. Is it Young Thug whose baby mama got assassinated outside the bowling alley in Georgia? Yes, I think so. But his brother recently shot up his mother down in Atlanta, Georgia as well. His brother's Young Thug's sister's son. And then the son goes on as the police apprehends him. The first thing out of his mouth, I'm Young Thug's nephew. I'm like, oh fuck, here we fucking go. Bring more heat to the Young Thug name, nigga. You could have just went to jail and just let us wait until you. Why we need to fucking know? I'm like, God damn, y'all niggas out here you put it all on him. That's what I was saying, Young Thug. You stop having these people call you in jail and rap and posting that shit. This nigga can get into something and then now it's all on you in the Young Thug name. So no, sir, no. All right. So where are we at next? So let's get into this. Baby, they done pulled Michael Jackson's music from streaming. So they done pulled 3 Michael Jackson songs from streaming platforms amid accusations he didn't sing on them. And I said, yeah, okay, which songs were these? Well, of course, there were songs from a 2010 posthumous album called Michael. The songs were Monster, Keep Your Head Up, and Breaking News. All appeared on his posthumous album. And now what's interesting about this story is that one of Michael Jackson's diehard fan who knows his vocals, who knows his voice, went to court to sue Sony and the estate by saying that you are fraudulently pushing out music that isn't Michael Jackson's, specifically these 3 songs. So that case had been going on. And so instead of them allowing it to proceed in trial, Sony decides to settle with that guy. And out of that settlement gets this. These 3 songs are removed. And Sony is saying, we're not admitting that those are fake songs. We're just saying that we want to end the discussions around these songs being fake. I'm like, nigga, they fake. If y'all couldn't prove, because they kept saying in court they didn't have sufficient enough evidence to prove that they weren't fake. I said, well, that's fake to me, bitch. If you ain't got enough evidence, they fake. Y'all out here pushing fake Michael Jackson music. Thank God for diehard fans. So you can't get them on streaming, but of course, great old YouTube has them. So if you want to listen to them, go check them out and listen for the fact that these are the alleged inauthentic songs. They don't bear his name. He wasn't the lead singer on the songs, although you may hear Michael's vocals. And so again, the estate and Sony Music saying via statement, nothing should be read into this action concerning the authenticity of the tracks. It is just time to move beyond the distraction around them. And that lawsuit stems from 2018. So shout out to that fan. I don't want to hear no fake Michael Jackson either. Who the fuck is that singing? It could be an old dusty man at home playing with his balls. I want it to be Michael Jackson. I don't like that shit. If it's gonna be a Milli Vanilli type of situation, at least let us know. I'm cool with that. What would they call a cover by X, Y, and Z from Michael Jackson? All right, that might be might be marketable. You might do that, but that fake shit, no, miss me with that. That's why I don't like the hologram shows. I don't think I can get into that because I've been on one to hug artists and shit, and you all playing in my face, swinging. I'm too visual for that. Maybe I haven't stepped into that world yet. So another story, we talked about it here heavily. Trey Songz sexual assault lawsuit has been dropped. And so this is interesting because remember when we talked about it, and I was talking about it very carefully because I didn't want to to offend anyone who maybe have been victimized, a victim of rape or any sexual assault situation. I carefully talked about the situation, but I also said that listening to the evidence, about the club, you were kicked out the car, all of this stuff made me feel like, this was a lot more put on this than what it actually was. So the sexual assault lawsuit has been dropped. The woman who accused him of assaulting her at a house party in 2016 has filed a motion to dismiss the $20 million lawsuit without prejudice. It's unclear whether the woman reached a settlement out of court if she decided to drop the lawsuit for other reasons. But back in February, she filed this lawsuit claiming he had raped her during a 2016 party in Los Angeles. And she accused Trey Songz of gender violence, sexual assault, intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress, and false imprisonment. And so the attorney, and so now here's the thing though, here's what Trey Songz had to say about this. Earlier today, the attorney who drafted this suit was credibly accused of trying to pay a woman to falsely accuse Trey. Hours later, that same attorney has filed this suit on behalf of an anonymous client. It isn't hard to see what's happening here, and it is a shame for genuine victims of sexual assault. So it isn't the first sexual assault case against Trey Songz. This has been dismissed this year. Also in April, he had a sexual assault case dismissed against him as well. So, again, this only harms those victims who are real victims of sexual assault when either a game is played or a system is manipulated, either by, someone who alleging that they've been sexually assaulted, or the fucking snake ass attorneys who see a payday. Oh, he blew a kiss at you, girl. You can sue him for that. That's sexual assault. Why is he blowing a kiss at you? Come on, let's do it. Don't be swayed by that shit because you can get yourself in a lot of trouble and you can damage your own reputation. So, and here's a prime example of instances like this. So when we look at these stories, let's always look at them from two sides. Let's not only, let's not only go from one angle because it's the most popular angle. Let's look like, damn, what happened here? What's going on? Because some be true. Remember the story about the girl sitting on the toilet and Snoop Dogg was like trying to do something with her. Then that case was dismissed. And I kept saying, girl, you mean to tell me Snoop Dogg was that hard up that you was using the bathroom and he just had to get some head? Why? Like, wow, that's a lot. It may happen, but that's a lot. That was a lot for me. So that's what happened with Trey Songz. Now Nicki Minaj. And so now Nicki, his trial was coming up. So he had his trial, Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty. And because of that, he's now been sentenced to home detention for failing to register as a sex offender. And so this, has been a ongoing battle. Of course, the attorneys wanted him to face jail time up to upwards of 15 months. However, on Wednesday, he's now been sentenced to 1 year of in-home confinement, 3 years of probation, and he's also reportedly has to pay a fine of $55,000. He said in court he takes full responsibility for whatever happens today. He's ashamed, embarrassed, and disrespected his wife's brand. There are no excuses. I broke the law. I thank you for giving me the chance to speak and to apologize. Minaj wrote a letter, and her letter said, I have no doubt my son will be traumatized if his father will be taken out of his life. I've known Kenneth Petty for over 20 years. When I first met him, I knew he needed guidance. I've seen his genuine evolution firsthand. And so now he's required to register as a level 2 sex offender whenever he moves out of the state. The order stems from his 95 conviction. And so this is where we landed. Now, do I think home confinement is good for him? I think it's fucking great. I think home confinement for Kenneth Petty is a wonderful fucking thing, having a newborn child. Do I think this is a wonderful thing? Hell yeah, absolutely. I think he should be confined to being at home. Nigga, now was the real test of, are you trying to break the law? Are you trying to scoot around the law to get around anything? Sit your ass at home with your child. Let Nicki Minaj tour it over this next year. You ain't got to be out there. She can Skype in, nigga. We got Zoom, FaceTime, all kind of shit. And if you need to leave the state or go anywhere, nigga, let the court know. Don't do shit illegally. If y'all move to another state, you gotta register, ho. Stop acting like you can skirt around because Nicki Minaj is your wife. Like, this is a prime example of just follow the fucking rules. Um, I'm glad Nicki Minaj hasn't really said anything too much about this that could harm her husband's case. I'm glad everything is just calm. Keep doing your music because it can only harm your brand if you respond to it. If you don't respond to it, it's like it's not affecting you. So keep putting out your music, keep pushing this. People are gonna be mad about it, but hey, it is what it is. Like I feel like finally something is fucking happening, because for the longest it was just people bashing Nicki Minaj for her husband. And I'm like, she didn't, she wasn't involved in that situation. She's married to the man. That's her husband. What do you want her not to be by his side? So that's the Nicki situation. Now this other story, and our final story. Bill Gates' daughter. So Bill Gates' daughter, Phoebii, flooded with racist comments after sharing a photo of her rumored boyfriend. And so this was crazy to me. She shared this photo, and it was her, cute little picture of her boyfriend kissing on her cheek. You know what it goes to show me? It goes to show me that Bill Gates down with the swirl. I knew he was always down with the swirl because he always was taking trips out of the country to like Africa, and he's always building up things over there. And I'm like, he really like goes far beyond sometimes what he says he does. Like I was like, Bill Gates, I see you. The Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation, they definitely throw their weight behind inner city youth in the communities. I remember always writing grants for Boys and Girls Clubs, specifically for the Digital Millennium Grant, which helps to bring like computers and stuff into the community. So I saw this and I said, this lets me know that her father is okay with, their situation. Well, it wasn't that pretty because the daughter received a lot of backlash, so much backlash that she removed the image from her Instagram page. She deleted from her Instagram page. Now, trolls were saying a lot of things like, alluding to the fact that he is only around you because your father is worth 124.4 billion. One person writing, her net worth projected 130 billion. I don't think he is her equal, or they are doing 50-50. Just my guess though. Someone else put, the teen is only supposedly dating a black man to be trendy. Someone else said, Bill about to smash a vase against the wall. Then they had a lot of supporters, people saying, why does a planet of social media bigots think a young woman whose father has nearly half the money on the planet cares about their opinion? However, the young girl, Phoebii, is yet to acknowledge the comments, and I'm glad that she hasn't added any weight around this, because it's like, girl, do you live your life in the 2020, in the year 2022? Ain't nobody thinking about that shit. Now she's gonna receive a lot of backlash because her father has wealth, and everybody who has wealth has something to say, and the powers that be definitely doesn't want to see interracial dating, especially on that level high up. This 130 billionaire and his daughter decides to date a black man. Well, they're just fucking dating. They're young. That doesn't mean she's gonna live the rest of her life with him. And to the young black man, do not pay attention to any comments, because that's going to be the first sign of some weakness that might crack between you two. It may play a hand in your relationship. Don't pay attention to it. Like, I think it's crazy that people expect that Bill Gates' daughter wouldn't be around black guys when Malia Obama definitely dates white men, and nobody says anything too much to her about it. But soon as a white female dates a black man, it's got to be about money. It's got to be about that. So what is it when someone of Malia Obama's magnitude dates a white guy? Is it because of what he's dating her? Like, what for me? What's the difference? He got paid, and now he's slayed. Leave the man alone. Good morning, Joe. Good morning. Good morning. If a black man dates a white woman, he will sleep with the man. I have heard people say that before. It is crazy. That's crazy. Why would you put that on somebody? Why would y'all put that on somebody? That is the worst thing ever. I'd be like, and I've then because that's in my mind, I'd be looking at couples, I'd be like, why did my friend have to tell me this shit? I do not want to be thinking about that shit. I'm like, and oh my God, I swear y'all my favorite people on YouTube. Oh my God, Ambrosia. Let's clarify that. Nikki, right. Hold up. I'm sorry, Nate. Nikki has to pay $55,000. Good, he can make some of that money back. But that's what I said. Keep his ass home with a baby. I want him to be raising them damn kids. Okay. Yes, interracial love. Period. They mad because their little white daughters love the black man. They do. They do. Young black man dating Gates' daughter. Ignore the comments. Stay focused on the prize. Don't fumble the bag. That's what Joe. Everybody in the comments on Twitter talking about some get that bag, nigga. Get to that bag. Get that bag. Okay. Hey, Miss Toby. Thank you for dropping down. Thank you. I appreciate you. And happy Saturday. So that's all I had to cover in hot topics. Again, we talked about Brittany Griner and how I feel about this and her, pleading guilty, following the normal protocols now, because I truly felt like the United States didn't have anything to offer her relative to her case. We talked about the Elon Musk deal, how he wants to get out of it, clearly because it ain't worth it no more. Twitter is suing. He welcomed his twin babies, which we found out that he had before he had his second child with his current wife, meaning he was outside sleeping. And the woman works for the company. She's the director of one of his firms. He has his birthing policy. We talked about Martha, shiesty ass. Talking about she wished her friends would die so she could take their man. Like, bitch, what kind of shit is that? We talked about Gunna being denied bond again, as well as having cocaine and weed smuggled in, which is clearly he has an issue with cocaine. And this is why I say he needs to wait till his trial in January. Withdrawing from it, if this is a mandatory withdrawal, it may be good for you, sir. We talked about Michael Jackson fake music being pulled from streaming platforms. I think it may be more songs out there that he ain't sung on that people are trying to manipulate. So I'll stay tuned. I'm gonna stay tuned. And I think they did this because they probably trying to release a project and they want to get around from people listening to this music and listening to the other music and saying, but I'm gonna stay tuned. Trey Songz sexual lawsuit has been dropped. So shout out to Trey Songz. And again, this only harms those victims who are truly victims of sexual assault and rape. Nicki Minaj's husband has now been sentenced to a year of home detention, as well as probation, 3 years of probation, and and Nicki Minaj has been sentenced to a $55,000 fine. So y'all make sure y'all follow y'all orders. Nicki, make sure you pay that fee. And Kenneth Petty, make sure you sit in your ass home. Maybe he need to sign up. You know what? He should sign up for some online courses during his 12 months. That might be what he can do. Something for the family business, like take a marketing class or some shit. Go get your degree in accounting or some shit over these 12 months. That'll keep you sitting at home, focused, reading, and all that shit. That's what you need to do. And then we closed out with Bill Gates' daughter dropping this photo and people going nuts. And I don't see what the fucking problem is. They don't say nothing when all our black football fucking players be dating all of these white women. But now it's a problem because she got the more money. But I be feeling the same fucking way when I be seeing these NFL players be dating all these white women. And I'm gay. And I be like, damn, what the fuck is that? I really genuinely, y'all, I really do be like, why can't they find a black woman? What is it? Where do they find all these white women? Like they be your nurses or something. They be the coach's daughters or some shit. They be like, how do you just leave the middle of nowhere, the hood, and then go play pro ball? And all of a sudden now your queen to be is, I say the same thing. So I'm sitting here looking like, so now it's a difference here. shit, I'm happy. Shit, even if he do get a bag, I hope he does get a bag. It'll be a tit for tat situation for me. Call it what you want, but it is what it is. I'm serious, dead ass serious, dead ass serious. All right, you all. That is it. We wrapped it up in a good 2 hours. It's so good to see y'all. It's so good to see y'all. I'm telling you, yesterday I woke up and was like, eh. And trust, that's not Raheem from the block either. His family has some kind of money. Yeah, okay, he ain't that broke. If he know her, they probably went to a school together. That part, okay, that part. Go ahead and get you a white man. See, I've been down that road, and it just don't work for us, for me. The NFL players find some of their white girlfriends in college. Miss Toby King, yes, this was a good. You have a beautiful weekend. You too, Zaire. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all too. Hot Spicy Tea, thank you. You all make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and share the video out. We'll be back on Monday. And then, like I told you all, I'm gonna start doing Throwback Thursdays of Run It Back. And so I'm packaging the video up. And so we're gonna restream the 9 episodes over the next couple of Thursdays. And I'm gonna give my commentary on what's going on. You know, the first episode is the top 10 triggers of the beef sector. Is so relevant because that top 10 trigger counts down all of the shit that's going on. And I read it, I watched it over, and I said, wow, that was a very good episode. So we're gonna replay that. I'm gonna do it live, but I'm gonna have the video up so I can pop in and do some documentary style commentary. And then after that, we're gonna kick off the new season of Run It Back, episode 1. You know, episode 1 is always just me giving an overview. Last time I gave an overview of how to be a subscriber of the beef sector. So this time it's gonna be how to be a content creator watching the beef sector. And so I'm just gonna give you my up-to-date insight on how I've been watching and how I've been choosing to engage, not engage. So then the second episode, I'm not gonna release the title, I'm not gonna release the person, but we got that kicking off. So I'm trying to get that show going. That's gonna be a Thursday night show. So get ready for that to be coming back. And just like a regular TV network, they re-air the reruns before they kick off the new season. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, getting people used to it, the format, so you know you ain't coming over here for what you know, all of that rah-rah. This is a really structured, broke down understanding how we've always done it of what's going on. And I put together, you know, the formatted show. So get ready for that to come back. What else? And then my interview. I gotta schedule some interview time with this guy. Another interview. I've been trying to find a TV show so I can do like a review on. I just don't be into a lot of the TV shows enough to. I gotta see past the scripted nature. Like if I feel like it's scripted, I don't want to do it. Like, girl, I already know what's gonna happen. Oh, my baby. So that's what we all kind of got coming up. Enjoy your weekend. Yes, you too. Have a great one, party people. Hey, Doreen. Good morning. Good morning. Have a great weekend. You too. Those shows all sound great. Thank you, Linda B. And good morning to you. Everyone stay cool in Memphis today. It's hot as hell. Damn, 102? Bitch, I'm not going nowhere. Yo, it was 92 the other day, and I literally walked around the block and thought I was going to die. I cut our walk short. It was supposed to be an hour. We did 20 minutes. I said, not today. We just have to walk these stairs up and down, you know, walk around the hallway or some shit. But I can't, it's hot. Like, damn, that's when you got to, like, be in a cooling shelter. Do they open up cooling shelters in Memphis during that time? That's Hoochie Daddy shorts for real. That's what all I've been wearing is Hoochie Daddy shorts for real. It's so funny because like people are saying like Hoochie Daddy shorts hashtag and wearing them. I'm like, we've been wearing that shit. I'm glad it's coming to the forefront, baby. Ben had them on. Ben being Hoochie. Been out here in these streets being Hoochie. Okay, wait till they. Now I don't do this. King Roman doesn't do this, but wait till they have the what are the bras that are like half Wonder Bra, sports bras. Wait till they do a sports bra challenge. Y'all see how many niggas be wearing them. I'll be at the park and as they be running around the loop, I'll be like, you really out here wearing that? Okay, all right, shit. If you like it, I love it. I'd rather wear a tank than at that point. I can't. I don't know. It's a lot. I think upstate New York is the only place not getting this heat, and I'm glad for it. Yeah, my TT don't need no heat at all, baby. Nah, she already talking about some shoes going outside to do what? Plant what? You know, planting none. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here because let me show you how this little one. Make sure my floor wasn't there. You see that he getting busy now. Hey, say what up. Say what up. You gonna say what up? Y'all know what that means. My baby ready. So I'm about to take my baby outside. Oh man. I love you, call her TT. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You see him? He just be trying to hide all the time. Why you always trying to hide though? Why you always trying to hide? Come say hi. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi, Eli? You wanna say hi? Oh, say hi. You're not gonna say hi to the people. So y'all want to see his scar? So let me show y'all his scar now that it's all healed up. So here's his scar. You see it now? It's right there. But all of this whole thing right here was all cut, and the gash was right there. And that baby, my baby, healing up. He healing all up. He a Jack Russell. What's up? What's up, little nigga? What's up? I know he gotta go. You ready? You ready? You like, Dad, why am I up here? You see it? You gonna say hi? Oh. All right. Let me get my baby out of here. All right, let's go. All right, y'all. I'm outie. It's always been a pleasure. Oh, what kind of dog is it? A Jack Russell. Hello, Jack Russell. I always be like, come on, Jack. Like, what's good, Jack? Like, Jack. When I call him Jack. Jack. So cute, bless him. OD spoiled. Like, I told y'all how the daycare center was like, you won't have to stop bringing him because he don't do no daycare activities. He comes in and jumps on a crate and goes to sleep until lunchtime. He may play for a couple hours. He jump back up there. He waits for you all day long. And so I'm like, wow. And so they're like, he can do all that shit at home. You really can save your money. I'm like, okay. So I'm at a point now where it's like, do I keep taking my baby or I don't? So last week I didn't. And he's been cool. It's just been everything I do or everywhere I go, even when I have company over, he's trying to, he's there. It's like, sit your ass down. Bonded. Yeah, we are. Definitely. Yes, sleeping dog. He be knocked out. Jack Russell look like Wishbone. That's all I get. So when I'm walking down the street, especially like the older men and women, they be like, well, no, what's the name of that dog? What's that dog you got? What's the name of that dog? And I'm like, Wishbone. Yeah, that's Wishbone. That's Wishbone right there. And I'll be like, yes, that's Wishbone. And they'll be like, so what's your dog name? Eli, oh, that's a nice name. That's a nice name. That's a nice name. Oh, I'm like, yeah. And they first like to say, so how old is your girl? That's a girl dog? I'm like, no, it's a boy. It's a boy. He's a boy. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, why do people always assume that a small dog is a girl? Eli ain't no girl. I didn't have no girl dog. I had a girl dog. That's the dog I let outside because she was biting. That dog, my first dog, she just wanted to bite me all the time. And then she bit my friend. And then finally she bit me. I got her from a shelter. And after the last bite, I said, oh, no, bitch, we're not doing this. I opened my back door up and I opened it and I let her out. I said, you got to go. I was in Chicago at the time. I shouldn't have had no dog. I didn't have a lifestyle for a dog. I was busy. I was a busybody. Let her ass out. I'll go and fall asleep on the couch. I walk back to the back door. She's still sitting right there. I said, "Oh, okay." I close the door. Next thing I know, dog is gone. Next thing I know, 2 weeks later, the ASPCA in Chicago calling me, "Hey, we found your dog. Do you want her back?" I said, "Oh no." I said, "You guys can keep her." And ever since then, I had this innate nature of getting another dog. And then I got my Eli. And it's so bad because I moved here in the DMV, right? I moved here in the DMV, never wanted a dog, got my first job, found this, got this girl at my job when I got here. We was tight. She did Rover for dogs and was always showing me pictures and shit. And I'm like, oh, then we started smoking together and she had dogs. And I'm just like, oh shit, I want a dog. Then I was dating this dude. So he took me to get my dog in Pennsylvania, this Amish family, Amish folks. And it was so romantic. I don't know why. It just, whatever. So we go get my dog and I go and look in the room. Eli's the last of the bunch to go. He just sitting in there shaking. All of the other dogs. He has a litter of 6. And the Amish man, he's like, yeah, his name was Lloyd. And the man was like, yeah, Lloyd's back there. And I'm looking like, Lloyd? I go back there. Eli hiding behind the couch. I'm like, Lloyd. He just walking further and further back. I'm like, no, my baby is scared. So I grab him. He pee all on me. He was young too. It's like 3 months. And so he was scared. That's how I knew that either the man was like, it was like a puppy mill, like they were just doing dogs, Amish folks. And so I got him, took him home, got all the paperwork for him. We riding in the car. He's sitting in my lap, licking me all over my face, and my boo driving. It was great. I had a great moment. We get here, and the first thing Eli does when he get in my house, shits in my boots. I said, "Oh, fun time is over with, bitch. What are we doing? What are we doing?" And and as the rest is history. We've been stuck by my side ever since. And then me and the dude broke up, and it was weird because it was just like a bond but us two and a dog. And I don't know. I just got my dog. Jax is antisociable. Yeah, he is. Do you take him on any play dates? All the time. All the time. It's this pug. This girl has a pug. He loves her pug. And I'll be asking him, like, why you like this old pug dog? He loves a pug. He loves black pugs in particular. He don't even know if they switched out or not. He just be fucking with them. You're right. Yes, folks think my fur baby is a boy, so I brought a big Alfie collar. I mean, I have a red collar. I had the fatigue holder until the place lost it and replaced it with this red and black one. We learned, oh, y'all adopted a baby. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And then everything went awry. And then to this, let me just not say nothing because I know the nigga be stalking. Lloyd, that's a funny name for a dog, but cute. I'll be calling him Lloyd every once in a while to see if he look. I be like, Lloyd, he looking. No, can you don't tell me you were one of them pet owners? Baby, I was. A dog is a man's best friend. He is. We used to have a pug named Sophie Reese Jones. Not Sophie Reese. Eli said, that's my room. I'm going to stick beside him. He's right here. Yes, he does. Yes, Miss Toby. We do. I'm so down for that. I am. Y'all see how, you'll see how fucking well-trained this dog is. Let your dog lick all in the face and mouth. That's it. You notice he ain't lick me in my face over here. We got that shit. I don't do that. You know why I don't do it? Let me tell you why. Because one day he was licking me all over my face, and I went to continue doing stuff and forgot that he had licked me all over my face, and I had put something in my mouth and didn't realize that he had licked me all over my face. Baby, when I tell you I was sick, I was sick. I don't know what he had on his tongue or mouth, but I was sick. I had like a small little stomach virus, and I kept thinking like, what the fuck going on? Ever since then, I just don't lick my face. He knows, because that's the first thing he learned. Don't scratch me and don't lick my face. Eli knows, baby. Sit your ass down. He knows I do not. I can't always have at least 2 or 3 names for my animals. Oh yes, Eli. And when I'm really mad at him, I spell his name out, Eli. If you don't get your ass over here, E-L motherfucking I know goddamn well you ain't in here. Y'all want to? I should take the camera in there. A whole brand new fly swatter, because I don't know how every time I open my front door, a fly just comes in. Fly swatter, he done chewed up all of them. 3 fly swatters on the floor, chewed up all the nets, chewed up. I said, oh, for real? So I said, you want to catch the flies? That's what you saying? You thick tongue, having biting teeth ass. No, face licking, period. Animals lick their butt. Exactly. Yeah, that's why I don't play that shit. And no, I don't play that shit. Some people do that. And like I said, I recently just stopped him from going in my bedroom because of his shedding, and he mad about that. He's really mad about that. He wants to follow me in there. And so in the morning he'll be doing this. And I'll say over there, I'll be like, hey, Google, turn on intercom. And I'll be talking to the intercom, and I'll play all over the house. I ain't playing with you, Eli. Sit your ass down in the motherfucking room, nigga. I'm not playing with you. Because if he hears me, my sound in another room, he'll think I'm over there and he'll walk that way. So that's why I be doing it. I had to learn little tricks with him. Chewing fly swatter. Nah, I didn't use them. They're brand new. It was like 3 of them. I got a pack of 3 for $1. He just chewing them. I'm like, okay, that's cute. I get it. But whatever. I know, baby. I'm coming for you, doo-doo. I'm coming. Yeah, but I love my dog. It's a period of time where I'll just be like, I need days off. That's why I have the daycare. I can just drop his ass off, pick him up in 2 days. But even that is not purpose, because now all I know is he go to sleep. But if I'm here and he see me, he not going to sleep. So that means I got to lock him in a room. I've never done that before. I've never crated him. I never locked him in a room. I've always just been around him. I got him at the thick of the pandemic. When the pandemic first started, I got my dog, and it was great because now I got to stay home with him. He traveled on with me on the airplane, and the lady talking about because I had my dog in a carrying on the plane, and she's like, you got to buy a ticket for him. Now I'm looking at this bitch like, because I'm looking at ticket versus you talking about pay a pet fee. I'm like, a ticket? Bitch, you get out of here. And she's like, oh, unless we're carrying him, he's a carry-on. I said, let me go and get this motherfucking ticket. That is so inhumane, putting your dog underneath the car on the cargo. You might as well just drive. Like, would you put your child underneath there? He needs chew toys. Too many of them. This dog has a lot. This dog has everything. He has every year he has a birthday party. Every November he has a birthday party. He has 2 of them. Every daycare throws a birthday party. I don't throw them no birthday parties. I don't believe in all that kind of shit. But they throw birthday parties, and the dog owners, everybody dog owner, they bring a chew toy. Like when this month's July month birthday party comes, when I drop my dog off, I bring a chew toy for whatever dogs have a birthday party. So they're always getting stuff. So when his month comes around, he's gonna have a whole new host of toys. That's part of the perks and benefits of being a part of Dogtopia. Because they give you, every day I'm leaving with a treat for him. Every year he gets a Christmas ornament that they make with his picture in the middle of it. He gets sweaters knitted from the Japanese nursing home that's nearby them because they volunteer, and they be so stank. I don't know if it just smells so bad. I had to tell her, I was like, I don't know what's going on with this, but I can't do that. Get an electric fly swatter. They can't be chewed. I didn't even know they had electric fly swatters. Baby, I'm about to go out today. Because this heat, I'm like, God damn, that's nice. Yeah, it is. It's like, it really is a daycare. They tell me I get a behavioral report, So here, it's a little document they give you if something happened. So we had to put him in timeout today. He got a little aggressive with a couple of the other dogs, but we thought that was just merely because he was a little moody. We woke him up out of his sleep so he could eat. But I'll be sitting there looking like, oh, okay. Now when he really act up, they'll call me and tell me to get on a camera to watch him. And I'll get on the camera and I'll be like, that's his normal behavior. Like, put him in a crate then. I always say crate his ass. Put Eli in crate. My baby know. They do, but you want to get the baby electrocuted. He already been electrocuted. That was the first thing that happened. After the shitting in the shoes, I got in the shower, and I'm in the shower and shit, and he's outside. Young Eli, he's outside my apartment. He's on the wall clawing the plug in the wall, y'all. He fucked around, snatched the fish tank's plug out the wall, zapped himself, turned off the unit electricity, and then knocked the fish tank over. When I tell you I jumped out of there, and yeah, it wasn't good. I went the fuck off. And then I had to watch the playback on the camera to actually see what happened. And this boy jumped all on the couch like he ain't do shit. I'm like, nigga, ain't nobody else here but me and you. I had to see how it unwind. Like, I'm like, how did he do this? And I watched it on the playback on the camera. I'm like, this nigga playing behind the tank on a fishing cord, and then pulled this out and knocked the whole fucking thing over. Sweaters stink. That's that marinade getting him ready. Ugh. They're hard plastic though. I couldn't see Eli being attracted to it. No, I don't know what he just like chewing on shit. He like chewing on shit. And lately, you know, as the weatherman, we have a routine when we walk. Like I stop by a friend's house, you know, then me and my friend, we walk to Starbucks, and then from Starbucks, we go to the park, we smoke one. Then from the park, we heading back to the crib. So I walk past his crib, he dropped off, then I go to my crib. When I fuck that routine up, Eli stops and doesn't want to walk. Like today, this morning, I want to go downtown, walk, right? Eli wants to go exactly to those same places, and he will stop in front of every step. He'll stop. If my friend ain't there, he'll stop. Where he at? What's good? I be saying, like, if you don't bring your ass on, he will go in Starbucks. He'll stop right in Starbucks, like, because they give him puppy chinos, you know, the whipped cream in the cup. And he'll be like, where my puppy chino at? So I got to get him a puppy chino. This nigga here, that's why I'm like, I'm so glad he getting to this point. I have to get a home, because I know all of this will be alleviated with just letting this little nigga outside. Just let him go play outside, and I can just do my thing. This would be nothing. I just go open the door and let him out. I could just sit here and chit chat, but I know I'm coming. All right, I gotta go, because he's sitting here looking at me like, nigga, I gotta pee. It's been real. It's been real. And until next time, y'all, thank you so much. Like, thumb, share, and subscribe. Thank you. And until next time. Deuces. Ow. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you.